Hi there, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of the Intercontinental Group of Awesome. We play on Sunday afternoons for me, but evenings for our friends who are across the pond in Europe. So we have some USicans and we have some Europeans and we play together. That's our intercontinentalness. This is part of our shared setting where we've had multiple games in it, centered around a 1990s mall we call the IGoA Mall, which is located in a made-up city in California in the 1990s, late 1990s. We are going to be playing the fourth, and for now, not forever, but for now, fourth and final session of a Monster of the Week hack that I lovingly refer to as Monster Squad because of an 80s movie that's not very good, but I still have fond memories of. It is Kids on Bikes meets Monster of the Week. So instead of the hunters in Monster of the Week, which is a like Supernatural meets X-Files meets Hellboy meets Buffy kind of game, instead of it being adults with crazy histories and weirdness, it is kids who range from 12 for our youngest all the way to 15 for our eldest. All kids on bikes, and in their gear, even though it doesn't say it, they all start with a bike because that's fun. We last session had introduced Sabine's character David, and we will be working out David and Sebastian's history, but let's do some introductions. So Jan, welcome back, and if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Jan. I use he, him pronouns. I will be playing Sebastian Spender, the Weirdo Playbook, which is the flick. He is definitely a conspiracy theorist, takes after his dad in that way. He's been spoon-fed all the conspiracy theories and is deep into it. And he's handy with mechanics and he knows how to use the internet. All right, and here's Shurik. And last thing I took was that I now have a hideout, a workshop.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough. A hideout and a workshop together with a library / hideout. So we got two hideouts. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be hideout wars. I love it. Thank you very much, Jan. Next is Alex.
Hey, I'm Alex. I use he, him, as does Franklin Booth, the kid reporter, aka the Snoop playbook. He is the hard-hitting journalist for the middle school, I think.
Yes.
American type thing.
American secondary school.
Thank you. He's a hard-hitting journalist for the something. Do we have a name for the?
Yeah, I think we should come up with some kind of monk newspaper-related pun.
I think we had a name at some point, but I've forgotten what it is.
So. The Tattler?
Something with friars.
Oh, the friars might be it.
I mean, I don't know, but
look, into the fryer. Frying pan, dumb frying pan joke, tabloid. I don't know. Anyway, he's a hard-hitting journalist, and he's very serious about
the illuminated initial.
And he's also very much into the very real conspiracies and crocodiles in the sewers and such that Sebastian is into as well.
Yeah, I kind of imagine Franklin, especially since this is the 90s, Franklin having had watched the short-lived X-Files spinoff, The Lone Gunman, and thinking kind of a documentary, I kind of imagine.
He knows it's not real, but he knows it's based on truth.
Okay. He knows that's not real, but yeah, it's based enough on truth. It's trying to slide the truth out there. To
Yeah,
help
I mean,
people open
you've
up
got to
to
spoon
real.
feed it to the masses, otherwise,
Totally.
they're brainwashed. So you just got to subtly get those ideas out.
Thanks, Alex. Sabine, you're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns, and I am playing David Park, who uses he, him pronouns. David Park is the nerd, which would be the expert if he was a grown-up, which he isn't. He's 12. David, he reads a lot, and I mean a lot. He started out when he stole some books on occultism from his elder sister, and then he branched out. He steals lots of books. Not from his elder sister anymore, because her books are boring. He is very much interested in occultism and ghosts and stuff that goes bump into night, and magic, because, he didn't get his Harry Potter letter when he was 11, but he got a little book from a store, and then he figured out how to do the spell, so he figures he doesn't need Hogwarts anyway. So, yeah. I mean, he's not actually thinks he's a Harry Potter style magician, but it's kind of fun to make him do things and then have magic happen because it can.
That is a good enough reason. Awesome.
Oh, he's also followed around by a demon. That's because of the journal, though. He doesn't know that. Tegan knows.
Last but not least is Jen.
Hey there, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Bailey Ellington, the naughty kid, aka the Crooked, who also uses she, her pronouns. Bailey is good at getting up to shenanigans and stealing things and picking pockets, and also keeping her friends around the neighborhood feeling right. She can totally drive, and in fact has a sort of beater pickup truck that has been elevated from the muck of the family junkyard.
Pretty darn useful, especially for these folks. All right.
Yep.
We, with Jan unable to make it last week, the excuse for Sebastian not being present is that he'd come down with something. You now are coming out of it. It was very brief. Maybe it was aliens. I don't know. You're a weirdo. So let's work out some history between Sebastian and David.
Right. So, the things that I still have open are, let's see, a close relative, old friends who originally met through a long chain of coincidences. Went through hell together, maybe a monster, maybe military service. Members of the same support group.
Military service in the 90s with 12 and a 14-year-old. That would be a 12 and a 13-year-old. That would be video games. You went through hell.
The signs all pointed to working together. That's it.
Okay, I mean, I like most of these except for the close relatives, because we're clearly not. But I have one that I think we can tie those two together a little, because the one I'm thinking about is, where are you? Is you were previously both members of an eldritch group, now disbanded. So I imagine this was maybe a summer camp thing.
Okay, yeah.
Where we had this weird older guy who was telling us a lot about demon worship for some reason. And maybe he was just trying to
delightful.
D&D, but maybe we both took it a little too seriously.
I mean, obviously they're in the government, right? The demons. Everyone knows.
Don't Well, yeah, I got, maybe, I mean, when I was 9 or 10, maybe I got into that for a bit, then outgrown it a little,
Bastion
but
has not.
I know, I'm aware. So I think maybe that was a summer camp thing, right? That we went through it, and maybe that goes for the good friends through a series of unlikely coincidences.
All right.
Because we met maybe in the summer camp, and later we realized we live about 2 streets from each other. But we only realized that later. And I have to ask you, why did you leave the group?
I think that Sebastian probably left because his father thought that the group was infiltrated by, so he made him pull out.
Mm-hmm. Cool. And now I'll have to tell you what I did. I think after the Sebastian left, things got weirder and weirder, and with no one there who was egging him on, who he really liked, he just drifted away from the whole thing. And then one day called his mom and said, "Hey, I think I'm feeling sick. Please take me home." And of course she did, because he's the apple of her eye.
Okay.
That's great. And now we need to develop this summer camp, because at some point, maybe all 4 of you, 5 of you, based on you all end up at a summer camp, because that would be terrifying and awesome. So we're in the middle of a mystery. However, this is the first for Sebastian. Sebastian, you have a connect the dots move at the beginning of each mystery. If you look for the wider patterns, the current events might be part of Roll Plus Sharp. Do you think that applies here?
I mean, it could be that maybe I need to be brought up to speed a bit first, but
Oh yeah, I'm sure you need that a lot, but we'll do that soon.
but I can already roll it, I guess.
Yeah.
Sharp.
Because if we don't already roll it, I won't remember to ask for it.
Oh, I don't have the rolls created anymore, so I need to do it.
I think you can load saved rolls, and it will.
Oh yeah, there they are. That was it.
Cool. So they just show up for you. Good.
Yep. A 7.
A 7 with a 7 on this move. Oh, you can hold 1. You can spend your hold during the mystery to ask the keeper any of the following questions. So I'm curious, while sick, we just have a quick display of what you were up to during your got to stay home from school time.
I think Sebastian was just wrapped in a blanket behind his computer.
Oh yeah, nice. Just constantly on the computer the whole time, reading the files into it. Sweet.
It's gonna be a nasty phone bill this month. Actually, no, it's not, because we're tapping the phone from other people.
Are you? Oh, that's great. We pick up with a quick kind of the TV shot thing of establishing that you guys are now at schools the day after the events from last night. Your school, the E.H. Beresford Monk Middle School, and you guys are all left off. So how does Franklin arrive? Do you bike it to school?
Yes, but there's a lot of looking around, nervous, kind of eyes on bushes, trees, not getting too near anything like that.
And you come up to the bike rack, and we'll say that Sebastian is already there, securing his bike. Sebastian, yeah, you were sick. Spent a lot of time on the internet.
Probably still going with it.
And you see that Franklin, your buddy Franklin, is here. What do you do?
Okay, we got to get right inside straight away. No hanging around.
All right. Sebastian is conspiratorially following you.
And it turns out that, Who was in the group with Tegan? It was
that
had the weird experience. I can't remember. Was it? Do you remember what I'm talking about? Like, with Tegan, after her psychic experience, she ended up going to like some counseling, and someone else was in it with her. Was that Bailey, or am I misremembering that was a bit of history? Because I don't see it written down in the histories for anybody. Maybe I'm misremembering it.
Was there a therapy group thing?
Yeah, the therapy group thing. That's what I'm trying to talk about.
Yeah, I mean, I think the therapy group thing was it was more general, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
For some reason,
more
I misremembered that someone had gone to that therapy, or at least knew. If you guys remember from the Gabriel, the psychic menace, that Tegan knew him, and I thought someone else did, but that's fine.
Yeah,
I think it might have been
counseling. Yeah, I think so.
I think Bailey might have been in there because Bailey gets into a lot of counseling sessions and groups because everyone looks at her and they think at risk.
Are they wrong?
Risk of what? Having a good time?
It's right. Nice. So Tegan, maybe you know that Tegan is not at school today, Bailey, because her mom, her ever-present helicopter mom, Mrs. Marsh, has decided to take her to fresh counseling.
Oh boy.
Because she's worried about her. So yeah, she gets out of school, but probably would rather be at school. David, do you get a ride from Bailey to school, or do you ride your bike?
I ride my bike. I mean, I have a bike. I can ride it. It's a fine bike. It's new. It has what are these things called? Shifts, gears. It has gears. Lots of gears. Many gears. It's a sports bike. It's not something I inherited from Echo. My dad got it from his boss or something. It's weird. I don't remember where he got it from, but he got it and he said, "This is yours now," because Echo didn't want it. Because she was too.
Did he say Echo didn't want it? That totally.
No, he didn't say that, but it was pretty clear that she had been offered the bike first because she's the older one, and it's a really cool thing.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Oh no, it's cool. Echo and my dad get along a lot better than Echo and my mom, but I get along a lot better with my mom than with my dad, so it's fine. Evens out.
It seems real healthy. Seems about right. Cool. So you come riding up on your bike and you see that Sebastian and Franklin are looking around furtively and quickly hurrying into class. Yeah, I think Bailey does have a lot of James Dean in her. That's a great comment. It's like on point. And Bailey, you come rolling up. Like, this is a middle school. It's not like they have like a high school where they have extra parking for the students. They don't plan on children being old enough to drive. So do you like park on the street, or do you snag a faculty slot? Like, what's the plan here?
I mean, whatever's not going to get me ticketed and towed. I might actually have to like park down the street and walk from there.
All right.
But I'll do it because I got this truck now. Dang it.
So you like pull up we pull up the truck and you park and you get out and get your backpack and everything. And as we hear, like, I don't know, what's Bailey's music? Like, each of you guys will have a musical cue. What's the music that plays as Bailey is cruising her way to 8th grade?
Bailey's cruise music.
Is it like guitar licks, like some kind of rock music kind of deal, or is it more like upbeat pop music? What do you
It's
think?
probably rock.
Yeah, that seems right. So we hear a little bit of
Probably
rock licensed here, and you're cruising up, and you cruise up and past the camera, walking down the long sidewalk, and the sidewalk the camera just kind of follows you. We see the long distance you have to walk to get to the middle school, and then the rock music kind of fades out, and we hear this like playful flute music for a second, and then the camera like whips back around to the truck all of a sudden, and we see this little spider monkey head pop up from the back seat, and it goes over and unlocks the door, and then there's a moment later and the door pops open for the truck. It evidently had to spend some effort there, and then the spider monkey like reaches out, comes down, and with his tail shuts the truck door and hops down and starts scampering after Bailey. But Bailey does not see this little spider monkey coming her way. So we cruise to you guys all in school. Bailey, what's your first class in 8th grade? Do you think you like hit math? Is it English? I'm sure you take as many study periods as they allow you, but I don't think your first period would get to be such a thing.
History.
Nice. So,
Which means that I'm learning about the American Revolution. It's middle school, so it's only my second time. But in high school, I'll learn about it a third time.
And in college, learn about it a 4th time.
Yep.
We cannot learn enough about the American Revolution.
Incorrect. Our learning about the American Revolution cannot be more narrowcast.
Yeah, you literally can't learn anything more about them.
Right.
That you're not allowed to.
We tried to figure out how to work it into the curriculum of something, but yes, all the American Revolution all the time, and we only remember like 5 minutes worth of it anyway. You head into American Revolution, American history, and as you're sitting in class, Bailey, I think what we have, of course we do, is that Scotty Sharp is in the class too, and he's gone out of his way. He's like seated beside you now.
It's weird.
Yeah, it's Scotty. He's far too confident for his own competence. He'll say, "Hey, I saw your truck. It's really cool.
Thanks."
Did you steal it?"
No.
Okay.
No, we got it as scrap and then built it back up at the yard.
Whoa. You like built that truck?
Well, with my dad.
That's cool too. That's actually cooler. Wow. So he opens up his little notebook and his trapper keeper, and he starts like writing some notes, but he's slowly drawing Bailey's name. And we cut to Franklin and Sebastian. The two of you have a first period together. So what is...
Aren't they in different classes? I'm sorry, but
are they? No, that's a great question.
And an 8th
Yeah,
grade.
no, you're right.
No, I don't know if
I'm-
that was just a flaw in an error on our part or not, because we're the same age but in different. Which is
birthdays
possible.
are weird in America. Like if you have a certain birthday, you'll be held back
But
a
at the same
grade.
time,
So if you want to be in 8th grade, then we'll just say that you're in American history too, and that's.
but also that Bailey is 2 years older than me, and we're in the same. Did we?
Bailey has been held back.
Okay, yeah.
We don't talk about that, but that's what happened.
Okay, then. then that is what is happening.
Bailey should be in high school, but Bailey is not. Not due lack of intelligence, but through shenanigans and perhaps.
I feel like
lack of application.
Franklin probably tried to give Sebastian like all the lowdown of what's happening, but was like pulled into a class by.
Okay,
You know,
cool. In like
stop
3
dilly-dallying,
sentences.
get in your class.
In 3 sentences, as the bell rings, what are the 3 sentences that Franklin shares with Sebastian?
Do you still have the silver foil?
Of course.
No, you probably
Not on me.
good.
But yes.
Not. Damn it! It seems I can't go like 3 weeks without mind control. I mean, I said it's the CIA. I mean,
Obviously.
I'm not sure it's the CIA. There might be other groups involved in this, but I mean, it must be CIA adjacent. And just
Are you sure it's not alien mind
and
control?
and
Are you sure?
well, I thought it was aliens control. I'm not sure. But monkeys, watch out for monkeys.
School bell has rung.
I'm serious about this. Monkeys, and I should walk away.
Perfect. So perfect. Sweet. So David, so you're 12, but you're in 7th grade. Maybe you have the same class as Sebastian?
Yeah, maybe. Sure, why not?
What class are you 2 folks in?
Math?
Yeah.
Math?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Math.
Nice. So you guys are in math class together, and then we hear the little flute music again.
Which I've never heard before.
I know, like you characters don't hear it. This is the TV. This is the soundtrack music, right? I'm scoring like a TV show. I was not clear. Sorry. Yeah. So we, the audience, hear the flute music again that we heard earlier. That was the indicator of Spider Monkey. And non-diegetic. Thank you. That term I will never go out of I'll never use it correctly, but I think it's a neat thing. But David, as you're looking up at the whiteboard, you see a little tail move, like it's moving between desks. And when you glance over, you see that there's a spider monkey that is quickly moving around. It's kind of skulking, and then it locks eyes with you, and it scampers around and comes over towards your desk. Sebastian, you see a monkey. You remember Franklin's warnings.
Yeah, I think Sebastian immediately sort of jumps up on his chair. This is when his feet on his chair, like, oh my god, it's a monkey.
Mr. Brown stops. Is everything all right? He was talking to the board, writing down a bunch of mathematical formulae. Is everything all right, Sebastian?
I try to put the monkey under my desk so it wouldn't be seen. Psst, roll up. No, that monkey.
Act under pressure.
Okay, I can do that. Maybe. Who knows? That's with cool, right?
It is with cool.
Okay.
And David's got a 1 in cool. So
Yeah. So, and I rolled a 6, so it's a 7.
Oh. Don't forget you can stick a modifier in the thing, but it's extra work. So just do math. That's fine. With a 7 to 9 on Act Under Pressure, I give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay. You're going to have to make a little bit of a ruckus to cover for the monkey, but he will climb into your backpack if you can just buy him some time by distraction with the rest of the class. What do you do?
Okay, I will, at this point, what will I do? I will point out that this must be a mistake. This formula that can work because that would not, and I'll start really babbling about why that couldn't work, and then I'll start correcting myself because, but I see. Yeah, it's to the power of 2, not 3, obviously. Stupid. Sorry. Excuse me. Go on. Everything's fine.
Mr. Brown says, oh, David, it seems like perhaps you've got a handle on this then. Maybe I don't need to be putting these formulas up here.
No, you don't, but I don't mind. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Park, for illuminating the entire class. Why don't you come up here and write the next 4 formulas for me? And then, of course, there's like a bunch of giggles because it's 7th grade, and now you've been called up to the front, and you have to like do stuff. What do you do?
Yeah. And
This is why you
hope...
keep your mouth shut.
Sebastian knows the score.
Yeah. I'll whisper to Sebastian as I go, because I totally dropped some papers close to his desk. I whisper to him, just watch out for the monkey. It's a friend.
Said it's not a friend.
And then the zipper on David's backpack opens up. Sebastian, when you look over, the little spider monkey is looking out with his big eyes, and it's looking right at you. And you notice when it puts its head out that it's got like a little clipped off antenna. Something else has been implanted in its head.
Government spies.
So David, you head up front, and we do the like long shot of you, kind of fisheye lens, looking out at all of the classmates that are gathered together. You're only 12, right? You're the youngest kid in this class. You're acing it because you're the expert. You're the nerd. You blow the curve. In fact, you see Big Mike there sitting at the front of math class with this like really pained expression on his face as he's trying to puzzle through the formulas that have been written up there. So what do we see? What do you do as you need to write down all of these formulas? How does David handle that?
I think that is, the main challenge here is not to discuss anything weird, what you also could do with these formulae, because you can totally use them to summon ghosts. Did you know that? No, don't say that, David. That will get you another letter to your mother, and then you have to explain to her that this was Echo's fault, and then Echo will be angry. So no, don't do that. Just stick with the math, and I want to get back to my seat, so I'll just write down the formula and say, this is the formula. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? I mean, equals that.
And then Big Mike looks up at you. It is not self-explanatory to him at all. Mr. Brown says, I think that Mike here may have a little bit of trouble. Why don't you try to walk him through it, David? You said it was very simple.
I'm not a teacher.
That's true.
I just know the formula. You know how to explain that.
So if you're saying that I'm the teacher and you're not a teacher, that means that you should be seated quietly while I write formulas on the board. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to explain them, though.
But they
Wins has to say this.
Need to be written down before we explain them, right?
Yes, I accept.
You challenged my process, David. That's what I'm trying to make sure. Is there an improvement to this process of explaining formula that aren't on the board for anyone to see? I'm just not quite picking up, David, how it's better from your point of view, this process.
I made an error. I thought it was wrong, but it's right. So it's fine. Go ahead and explain it. I like to see Big Mike succeed at life and all its challenges. Wouldn't you agree?
I think he's saying you're right, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Yes, thank you, Sebastian.
Does a quick point to Sebastian. This may be the first time that Sebastian's spoken up in class this semester, and he goes, "Thank you very much, Mr. Spender. You may have a seat, David." And then he continues with the class. So you skulk back, and Rola's looking out, and he gives you like a little sympathetic coo noise.
Sebastian definitely gives, like, as David is walking back to his spot, it's like, no,
cool, it's a friend. We found him. No, Franklin found him.
Smiling to the teacher, like,
Then found him. He's the good one. The others, the baboons, are bad. But this is the good one. Can talk.
What?
I'll write I'll start writing notes because yeah. And the first note says it can talk in sign language. And somebody they've done something to him. Put the antenna into his head. Now it's sentient.
Nice.
Are the other ones sentient?
Maybe not quite as sentient as that one. They're supposed to be a group. It was this lab. What was the name of this thingy?
I mean, when that note comes, the next note that Sebastian sends back is just basically in very big bold letters like, then how do you know this one is not a spy?
Sorry.
The others attacked him. That's why we know. And I fell out of the window, and so did Franklin.
Oh, that's
Oh, by the way, speaking of that, is the harm, is it still there, or did we?
Let's see. The harm that you guys all got was 1 to 3. So
Yeah.
the 1 to 3 harm will be healed. No
Okay.
problem. You're good. And also, Sebastian, you should be at 0 harm as well.
And I think
Franklin,
we did something with Franklin, right? We stabilized him.
we stabilized him. I think you still have like the markers of having had harm. Maybe you've got, is it was a wrist thing or something, or ankle? It was your ankle. So maybe your ankle's still in a wrap or something.
Are we in like 2 harm then? Down to
Yeah,
2?
we'll just call it 2
Okay, it's
harm,
been-
and a scene later.
And a limp.
it should be, a limp, and we'll be okay. Let's cut to Bailey. You're sitting in history class. Is Bailey the kind of girl that grabs a seat in the back of the class kind of deal?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
less attention.
So you're learning about the American Revolution for the 3rd time in your school life. It's just as exciting.
Revere, T, Atlantic, British coming.
And then he glances
Some
up.
Native American tribes fought for the British. Something, something. Red shirts, guerrilla tactics. I hate this class.
That's like everything. That's all good. You've got it nailed. So you're just as excited as you sound. And you've got the best seat, right? It's in the back, and in the wintertime, it's near the heaters, so you're warm and everybody else is cold. In the summertime, they open the windows, you get a breeze. This is the best seat. And so, if I remember correctly, we were like August, September-y time, so it's still a little hot outside. It's California, so it doesn't get unbearably like it does in the American South or anything like that. But they do have the window cracks. There's a little breeze that comes through, and then Bailey, you catch just like the hint, like an animal musk or something. And when you glance over, you see a mandrel's head. You know, the crazy like multicolored cheek kind of deal, and it's moving along, and it looks, you see it look into your classroom, and then it ducks his head down before any of the other kids see it, and then you see the little tuft of its brownish head as it's moving along. What do you do?
I get up abruptly with my backpack and hot-foot it up to the front and ask for a bathroom pass.
Mrs. Withersby says, "Are you quite all right, honey?"
I will be, but I need to use the bathroom.
All right, you know that we don't have dispensers here because all the other girls are so young. Do you need anything?
And I heft my backpack.
She quickly, hurriedly writes you a hall pass, rips it up, and stuffs it into your hand. She's trying to help out.
Franklin's definitely looking like there's something suspicious going on, and he can tell us a story.
Yeah, like we make eye contact and like the face with 1,000 words in it. Like,
Is it kind of like we should meet out? We need to get out of this class type look, or
sort of a holy crap, it's happening here kind of look. The things are going down face. So probably we should meet.
I wait like probably
God,
not
Mandrels
long
look
enough.
outrageous.
I think I wait not long enough for it to be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, what's the teacher called?
Mrs.
Witherspoon?
Witherspoon. Yeah, I'll stick her in the grown-up section.
Mrs.
Right.
Witherspoon?
Yeah, yes, Franklin.
I have a stomach bug, and I already puked outside. I don't want to puke on the books because I know you like to keep a clean classroom. Can I be excused?
Give me.
I'm truthful.
Yes. Your truthiness. Oh, that's right. There's no role involved with truthiness, right? No. Let's see. Whenever you tell a normal person, they'll accept that you think it's true. If it's far out, it's not far out. Okay. Yeah. So she's like, oh goodness. Well, Franklin, hold on. Oh, she writes you a really quick note, a hall pass for you to go grab, and you head out after Bailey.
Out the door.
Nice. So the two of you head into the hallway together. What is it that you wish to do?
What is it?
I saw another monkey. Or an ape, I don't know.
Like the cute ones? Or the... Oh.
It had like a big red face with a white nose streak thing, pointy head.
Are you sure it's not an alien?
Positive. That's definitely a monkey. Or an ape.
Okay. Did it have a tail?
I only saw the head.
Okay.
But it was peeking through the windows and looking around. They're hunting for Rollo probably, right? Here?
Did we bring Rollo to the school?
No. I made him a little secret camp space in my room. Gave him a bunch of grapes and, told him I'd be back around 3.
So, you guys are in the hallway having this very clear conversation about smart choices that have been made. And you see, maybe you glance through, you're like looking through the windows and the doors into other classrooms, and you see the tails of a few other monkeys that are like across the classroom outside, but you can see through the outside windows that they're moving along. And then the folks, Franklin, the monkeys that you had seen before, they appear to be back. Yeah, that's...
No offense, but I think we need backup.
Oh, crap.
I mean, I don't have any silver foil on me.
Whatever you think you're going to use that for, we need more than just that. Crap. Okay, hold on.
I think Sebastian's got math. Give me a second, and I'm going to try and like peek in through the little window in the door into his classroom.
Nice. By the way, now that you have at least the tiniest bit of a clue that your friends have given you, just checking in with your one hold. Do you want to spin that hold or?
Yes.
Okay, gonna keep hold of it. Sweet. So there's no real perception check. So I'll say David and Sebastian, you both see Franklin sticking his head in the door because
I'm trying to keep my head back against the wall, but just
he's ninja. He's cutting the pie. He's all ninja style. Mr. Brown's got his back because he's finishing up all the formulae, and you see Franklin in the hallway David and Sebastian, both of you see that. What do you do,
Like,
David?
I'm like trying to make the kind of eye contact, like, see me.
I mean, I'm doing the eyebrows back at him, like.
Just I think if you're not immediately trying to get out of class, I'm going to start doing. I have to bring hands into this. I'm like,
I stick up my hand. May I be excused? I really have to go to the restroom.
I thought
Me
we were
too.
making sure that Michael here got all of the education he needed, David.
Well, you can do that better without me distracting you. And also, I really have to go. I don't think it is helpful for Mike if I start doing stuff in here. Please.
All right, let's see if you can trick somebody. Roll plus charm. And if Sebastian wants to help you, of course, he can.
Be very helpful because charm is not my strong suit here.
No, it's flat for you.
It's flat. Oh, cool. It's still, well, preparedness won't help me here. I'm rolling the dice. I rolled a 7, thank you.
Cool. So I think with a 7 to 9 on tricking him, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. Oh my. Yeah, I don't. You're gonna have to do some kind of like pee-pee dance or something that's going to have your fellow classmates giggling at the urgency that you're claiming.
Yeah, I will do that.
Okay. There's lots of giggling. And then he hastily writes a hall pass. And believe it or not, he doesn't give you any trouble at all, Sebastian. He just writes you a hall pass because he's happy to have you after class because you're weird. David, do you grab your backpack?
I grab my backpack. Of course I grab my
Okay.
backpack.
that was sweet. You hear like a little burf from the spider monkey getting jostled slightly in the backpack, and a couple kids look up. And you hear one of them say, "Does David have a teddy bear in his backpack?" "Yeah, I totally saw it. God, what a little kid."
Damn.
You guys make it to the hallway. And,
I'm above this.
That's right. Someday they'll be working for you.
It's probably true. I
Likely.
turn to Sebastian and say, I don't care what they think of me, and it's not a teddy bear.
it doesn't matter now. There's monkeys. There's loads of
Sebastian's
them.
Sebastian's like, what?
And I open the backpack like a little, and I say, "Hey, Roland, say hi to Sebastian." Hey.
It starts like doing sign. Do you think Sebastian knows like American Sign Language, ASL, or any kind of sign language?
No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So he signs some kind of hello to you.
So I keep looking at the school map.
Is it flipping me off or?
No, it's just a sign language. I mean, it might be. I don't think he's flipping you off.
Cool. You're looking at the school map. That's a great idea.
Cool.
But
Let me do so.
there doesn't seem to be a library.
Wait, I think there was.
I don't know if
I
it's
remember
there,
the
but we've
library,
talked about there being either computer room or
There's
something where
the
school...
media bay or whatever.
Yeah, that's probably it. Is like the media bay.
I mean,
Periodical storage.
I mean, they used to seeing me there, so I think I would try and direct the others to like, come on, the media bay will be. No one's got any. No one's booked it at the moment, so
It's way too
Cool.
big for that to not include books.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if it was made recently, let me just tell you a very sad story, friends. Very sad, very quick. My son, who's just started high school, the middle school that he attended, the library was a freaking ghost town because, like, they don't get new books. It is just this dusty, other stuff happens here.
It's the 90s now.
Thank you. That's a really good point. Jan,
Yep.
you win. I lose. Thank you for that reminder. I did want to say that how depressing it is to see where libraries have gone. But yes, so the library is totally a thing. We'll say that the media bay, although that really looks like the word fly to me because I've got old eyes.
Hey,
I
I'm
mean, it
seeing
looks like fly to me.
RLY for me, but
Yeah, I can see that. It looks a little more
Yeah.
R than F.
maybe it's a abbreviation of something, but
I can't zoom in
what
more than
to what
200%.
I can't
so
tell.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't
just
either.
gonna call it a media bay.
Okay.
I'm just
Because-
gonna call it a library.
Hey, all right.
The library. Sweet. So you guys head to the library, and as you kind of push open the door, say that it's, of course you have to be quiet because it's a library. You've got an actual librarian. Franklin, is the librarian here a like older shusher kind of librarian or a younger cool librarian who might run D&D in the afternoons?
Librarian who probably has a guitar on them close by. Close.
Oh Lord! Wow. So it's kind of earthy, kind
And
of
turns the chair around
little
before he
kumbaya
sits
kind of
down.
nice. Ponytail? Is this a ponytail librarian?
Yes,
Nice.
Because
has
it's
a
the
ponytail.
90s.
Totally. Band librarian. Oh Lord, this is the best. Band. I think he's the kind of guy who insists on you guys using his first name. I'm not Mr. Anything, man.
What is his surname though?
Oh yeah, that's it. Oh yeah, it's got to be some. Is it something boring? Is it something really obtuse?
Kyle, maybe?
Oh, yeah, Kyle. But what's his surname? So yeah, he's Kyle, but he's also, although Kyle means Wolfweiler. Yeah, it's okay. We don't have to worry.
Oh, right.
No,
Right.
we don't have to worry about Wolfweiler. So, dang it, I need a crazy
Hanson?
Henson? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he doesn't want to do the Mbop jokes anymore. Like, yeah. So he really just preferred to be called Kyle.
We're going for Muppets, but
Or was he Henson or Hanson?
I don't know.
Was he actually Hanson? Mr. Hanson?
Kyle Handsome? Oh, that's hilarious.
Oh, no, I meant just Hanson.
Hansen or Hansen or
Yeah.
I don't know.
But anyway, I think as Franklin
Kyle
from the
Handsome.
UP.
That's what I heard.
Okay, that's what
He
he is.
gets misspelled a lot. That's why he likes people to call him Kyle, because at least people
I
won't
think
make the...
it is actually Hanson,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
all the girls call him Mr. Handsome. I mean, he has a cool ponytail.
And he's so
Never has-
sensitive.
Yeah.
And he says, "Hey, kids, you guys here on a
Hey,
little exploratory mission of some kind?"
Oh, we've got passes. We've I'm on
That's
a
cool.
case.
I trust you. Oh man, working on a hot story, Franklin.
Yeah. We just need to use one of the workrooms, if that's cool.
You got it, buddy. I'll cruise by later.
Okay. Get him into the workroom.
Nice. You guys head into the workroom, and as we're looking at our map of the area, yeah, there are a couple of like smaller workrooms. We'll say one of them has a conference table in the middle, and you end up there. Yeah, although, yeah, if you could, there's one. There's the prof area. That's probably his office. That's the one that has a window. So this won't have a window to the inside. Yeah, TV card just hanging out. Totally that big, ancient, huge VCR kind of deal. Ooh, it's the 90s. It's a VCR DVD combo. Yes,
Ooh,
it's pretty slick.
dang.
You could also beat a man to death with it.
Our school just has the best. Go Monks.
It's only going to get better in the future.
Yes. Clearly.
I feel like librarian should be a bit more mythic than Kyle is. I'm sorry. He's nice, but I don't know. That lack of hidden knowledge in his eyes is it's disconcerting, really.
Not every librarian is going to be Giles.
I'm not asking for Giles per se, but how can you work and live in L space and be such a noob, such a normal person? It's not such a muggle. That's the word.
It's not a word yet.
Oh yeah, is it like 2000s when Harry Potter?
I think so.
Really? Oh, I thought it was in the 90s. So forget the whole Harry Potter references.
Now I want to
Yeah.
Google it. Marvel series. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, 97 now,
sorry,
yeah, right.
Jan. Yeah, Sorcerer's Stone 97, Chamber of Secrets
Okay.
98, Prisoner of Azkaban 99. So it's
Yeah.
possible, but I think you're ahead of the curve, David, as in most things. So you're like constantly talking about muggles and they're all like,
What? Who's a muggle? What? Yeah.
Yeah, just
I think Rola's going to climb out of the backpack and Rola's taking a pencil with him. And he like pulls one of your 3-ring bound notebooks and like whipped it over. He starts quickly drawing a bunch of monkeys.
yeah.
Sebastian, this monkey can draw, by the way. Not great, but like pretty well.
Yeah, we know there's
It's an
more
idea of like
monkeys.
shadows and
We
perspective.
saw them.
We also
okay. Why is there a squirrel monkey in your bag?
I don't know actually,
He-
because it appeared in the classroom, and I thought it would be better if Mr. Brown didn't see it.
I think he means before that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, there's this lab.
CIA
Monkeys-
funded.
monkeys
If
are
anything,
evil.
CIA funded. This lab.
Monkeys are not evil. Monkeys are just monkeys, Sebastian. Not everything is evil, and not everything is a government spot.
But this one
They
is.
literally
No, Rolo is a good boy, and you shut the fuck up about Rolo being evil.
But he has things in his head.
Yeah, they did that to
We
him.
cut the
and
antenna,
the other,
so the signals don't get in. The evil can't get in his head now.
we need to shut down the signal station.
Yeah. It's all the rest
We
of the
want-
monkeys. They're still getting the evil signal.
And they want to connect with Rolla, because Rolla is the one with the most sentience, I guess. The others are a little bit more beast-like, but they could be upgraded, I guess, if they make contact on. But we have to. They are controlled by the signal.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh, not to you.
In character, out of character.
Out of character. it's a
Someone is
connected
connecting the
universe.
dots.
Yes.
Oh.
Is this connected to previous mysteries we have investigated?
It is not. That's great, because the previous mystery was a person with psychic powers, and while it almost feels like there's some overlap, the fact that there was a mechanical device placed into this monkey, and maybe they haven't exactly shared, but you'll quickly.
I'm happy,
kind of
but I'm also sad.
network. Yeah, I know. There's somebody doing some like early networking research that is involved in this. So
Our plan was we wanted to talk to Mr. Walsh, right? That was our plan. And then we wanted to dismantle the radio station, maybe?
Right.
That
We
was
wanted to
also
make a
done.
little one because the radio frequency that broadcasts from the lab does two things. It stops the mechanical device or electrical device, I guess, implanted in the monkeys' heads from hurting them. So if they get too far away from the radio, it hurts. They've got to come back. And then the second part is
Standards, yeah.
the controlling frequency, right? So we want a little box or something that Rolla can wear around his neck to do the first thing, to keep him from hurting,
Oh,
right?
yeah. That should actually, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I
if
intend
you're
to do it at home in
you're-
my garage, but
cool. Hear that, Rollo? I like hold that hand out to get a little high five action.
Totally high five. Then Rolo
he
walks along
understands us.
the table
Yeah.
and he like
I don't
hugs
understand
your
it.
arm a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Hold
when we
on.
said
I'm gonna
sentience,
go.
we meant
I'm gonna
sentience.
go talk to Kyle. I stop myself from saying Mr. Handsome, and you can see that it's kind of painful.
Oh, that's right over my head.
And see if we can get an ASL book or two. I'll be right back. And I go
rock
and
on.
do that. I'm like, hey, any ASL books? I've got a
Bailey, I've got a whole row of them. Come on
Heck
over
yeah.
here with me. Let me help you explore sign language. You know, this kind of communication is universal. It's, to me, sign language is something that we should all aspire to. I love what you're doing, Bailey.
I heard that there was ASL and ESL.
Yeah, there are a few different languages, but it's not like the Tower of Babel we have for all of us voice speakers. It's great. He starts pulling down a few tomes.
He has all the books.
I just want 3 books with the most pictures. That's what I want.
Got it. No problem.
He has all the books
You're
on
like-
ASL from 2.
Nice. Do you need a tray to push this along, or you think you can carry these? They're not that heavy. You're okay, right, Bailey?
I got it.
Cool. Awesome. Good luck learning. If you have any questions, you come back. I'm a little bit of a sign languager myself.
Oh, cool. Yeah. After this, are there videos? Kind of seems like a video thing.
Ooh, nice. Would there be videos? Yeah. He'll say, "Oh, yeah, of course." VHS, unfortunately, we haven't gotten anything in the DVD stock yet. Some is a little old. Please don't laugh at the people's clothes. And they'll go over and pull a couple of VHS tapes.
If I do, you won't see me do it.
That's true. He hands it over. You know how to operate the DVD VCR combo? Okay,
We're good.
great.
Thanks.
Great.
Thanks, Kyle. And I check them out. I go back in.
Do you think the library would have any sort of regular magazines?
Of course, Popular Mechanics, probably Scientific American, maybe copies of more popular magazines, maybe.
Doesn't have crystals across the world.
Does
I would
not.
like,
No
if
matter how
there's
many
some
times you've asked.
Fortean Times and, National Enquirer things, I would like to,
It's
I would like to go out.
None of the real news,
Oh,
Franklin.
And
Sorry.
I'll probably also
Yeah,
read the creeps.
yeah.
They do have one copy of Six Ed World, but
I go out to the rack of the papers because I want to get the real lowdown scoop.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And
They've got this
I rifle through things. I'm just like, nope. Ugh. And then go back to the workroom.
Again, as a person who worked for the Lansing Community College's library, what kind of periodicals could we easily find?
The kind of periodicals that you're going to very easily find are going to be sort of the top 25 list, right? I mean, this is a middle school, so you're probably going to have, is it Lifestyles? Right? That
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
It's like a young reader magazine, actually. Yeah,
not
that I
highlights, but
think had
lifestyles,
Goofus and Gallant in it. Highlights, thank you. Highlights and Lifestyles.
Oh, yeah. I guess middle school would probably have highlights. Yeah, Highlights was this kids periodical that has a bunch of word find and puzzles and stuff like that, but also a few educational articles. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, and there's probably going to be Popular Mechanics and Muse, which is a young reader's literary magazine. It's going to have National Geographic and Nat Geo Kids.
Totally good call. Didn't even think of that.
And let's see, it's the
maybe
kind of mid to late 90s.
Life magazine,
Time, Newsweek, maybe, and a handful of other really simple, extremely broad-based stuff, right?
Yeah.
Guys,
LA Times, for newspapers, probably We're good. Sorry, that was fun.
I'm I'm still like nervously looking out into the library. Like, guys, I don't know how long we should be staying. Like, yeah. I mean, you saw those, Bailey.
So what?
There's like baboons and mandrills and gorillas, for all I know, running around outside the school.
They're circling around the school right now. So
Yeah. So
Yeah,
we need to do something quick.
yeah.
Yeah, but we should know
Cool.
what
And
we
I-
want to do.
And
Because,
I've got it.
okay,
Signal jamming.
okay.
Yeah.
Talk to Mr. Walsh first because we're here at the school, right?
We've got to go to
Right.
Mr. Walsh because we need to his help to figure out how to find the signal, how to replicate it for Rollo, and then how to jam it.
Yeah.
Boom.
Right,
once
right.
this
We need
place
to
becomes
replicate it.
a jammed signal area, it'll hurt the monkeys to be here, and they'll have to leave.
Okay.
And we may have to skip school after that.
Oh, damn.
Okay.
So you guys are having this conversation. You've got your plan, and then all of a sudden you hear Mr. Handsome say, "Oh, wow. Kids, just go ahead and stay where you are. I've got this."
I think.
And you guys are in the little office, and of course he's saying this loudly, mostly to the kids that are there, reading and doing book reports and
I'm
furiously
leaning
trying
over
to
to see
finish.
what's going on.
Yeah, let's
Like, look
check out
out.
what's going on.
You see 4 monkeys have opened up a window and come inside the
Oh, that seems
library.
like a scary
and they're
situation.
Currently,
Oh.
yeah, and he's trying to figure out how best to deal with them. And he's got his hands up, and he's like, "Okay, guys, all right, let's stay cool, okay?" And the monkeys are kind of curious, and they're not really paying much attention to him until he gets close enough, and then one of them hisses at him, and then they all start kind of hopping up and down, and that makes him a little bit nervous. What do you guys do?
Whatever you do, Sebastian, don't try to use bear spray on them. It will go catastrophically wrong.
Why would I have bear spray?
Just a thought.
Hucking all of the books and tapes that I've borrowed into my backpack and slinging them over and motioning Rollo.
Maybe put Rollo in the backpack again.
Well, I think
Your
if-
backpack then.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
If no
Sure,
one
I've
else
got-
is reading a scary situation, I think Franklin is like looking to see if do any of the windows open into the corridor or outside into the outside or
Yeah, read a scary situation is perfect here because you've got some questions that will help you out here. Roll plus sharp there, Franklin.
I think I've got 1 in shot. I will add that to the modifier and everything is
You see the
great.
perfect- You totally see exactly where you guys need to go.
I leap through the glass.
Yeah, you pick through, and if we kind of glance at the school, you see the windows where those monkeys came through, and then there's some, we'll say that they came in kind of through the southwestern section of the media bay. If you see that little, kind of like a little V and then door there, and you see that those 2 doors that lead back towards the hallway, that's your best exit, right? Just back out of the library and duck back in past the tech room and all the other stuff, and you guys can get out of here no problems. And then you do to step in to see that there is shoving through the door on the right hand side, if you guys are looking at the map, just above those little green rooms is a large gorilla, just rips open the door and roars when it sees all 4 of you, and that's pretty chilling. And then it starts lumbering towards you guys.
And I think I've read something about something like that in my journal. I'm pretty sure of that. Maybe. So I will consult my memory, and I will roll for my dark past. That's weird. Of course. I mean, it's a journal, right? And that guy had some experience with, it was tigers and the bobcats and stuff like that. But it's basically the same, right?
Basically the same.
Basically,
Roll
I've rolled
plus
a
weird.
10, so plus weird, it's 11. So yeah.
Wow. Nice. On a 10
Yeah.
plus, ask the keeper 2 questions from the list below.
Okay. What black magic do I know that could help here?
Ooh, nice. What black magic do you know here? Yeah, you know a spell. This is black magic, mind you.
Hmm.
You know a spell that can effectively like push this gorilla. Like it's from the journal. He was a little vague. Either push a fiend away or push their soul away. You're not sure which one it is.
Not picky at this point. And the second question I'm asking, well, do I know anyone who might be behind this? Did I figure out who did?
Ooh, yeah. It's well, you're trolling into your dark past.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, you guys had done that little bit of research, and sorry, I'm just jumping through. So we had Dr. Soames was the 60s, the 70s researcher working with dolphins. But you realize that like Soames seems to be so deeply involved in this that chances are that they wouldn't have like just turned evil after 20 years worth of research in the field. Chances are someone else, either the government or maybe an opportunistic, I know, look at Franklin, opportunistic like assistant of some kind has probably stolen this research, and that is likely who's really trying to use all of this. Yeah, you just it struck you.
okay. I'm shelving this for now. I think I need to do the black magic spell.
Awesome. Why don't you use some magic as this gorilla is charging towards you guys? Bailey, what's your reaction? This is a full adult gorilla, several hundred pounds. And I think you're like, 105? It's not good math.
Yeah, 105 fully clothed and damp. Yeah. Bad odds. Well, I mean, the good news is that we have a head start and we're through the door. The bad news is it's a huge gorilla.
Yeah, that door doesn't mean anything to it.
No. Yeah, the best we can do is probably use our head start to juke through into the courtyard. Are there any like trash bins or anything that I can toss across the doors as we're running down the hallways?
Ooh,
which, by the way, I am exhorting you all to do with, pushing.
Is David doing that?
No, David is doing a spell.
I think there's like a moment of just like deer in headlights from Franklin, but then he starts running as well.
Yeah, and I'm like, I see
Bailey
that
starts
David's
pushing.
like spelling, and he has until after I get the trash can knocked over and in front of the door, and then I'm picking him up and running down the hallway.
What is Sebastian's reaction right now?
Sebastian is acting like a monkey.
Think like a monkey. You've got to get into their headset.
That's good strategy.
Great. I mean, are you acting all crazy to avoid something? Is
Yes.
That yes. Do it. Do it. It's the best.
And I roll a 7.
All right, a 7 to 9. Pick one: unthreatening or unimportant.
I am unthreatening. I think it's more important with a gorilla.
Okay, sweet. So, David, you are trying to cast this black magic spell that you remember from a journal.
Oh.
Roll plus weird.
I'm scared now, but no, I've got luck. Maybe.
Yeah, you have luck. Don't forget that, guys.
You're fine.
But
You might have to spend it.
All right.
No,
on
I've
magic
rolled a
powers,
7.
7 to 9, it works imperfectly. Choose your effect and a glitch. The keeper, that's me, will tell you what effect the glitch has.
Okay, I don't choose the glitch, right?
You do
choose
choose
the
the glitch. I just apply it.
Okay. I think this time the glitch is actually that I will have to take some harm because this is black magic and come on, it's not going to leave me totally unharmed. So I think I'll just release some of my life essence with it. That's not nice and doesn't feel great, but yeah. And I have to find the move. Where's the move? There's the move.
Yeah, it's on
It will do
column.
less harm to you than an angry gorilla.
Yeah,
Just
it
throwing that
does.
out there.
Yes, exactly.
One harm's like
Exactly.
hurting yourself with a bad sneeze. You're
Yeah.
okay. It's a good call.
Yeah.
You chosen well.
Yeah. Yeah, and what it does, the effect is oh, trap,
Mhm.
banish spirit or curse. I mean, it's not. I think can I do banish a monster at this point? Banish this gorilla.
Okay.
Like get it to run away from me because magic and
Okay.
maybe it doesn't.
Yeah,
much
I like
it.
that. You know the specific black magic
Mhm.
spell. It pushes him back, which for a moment terrifies him. He looks around wildly. He looks right at you, Sebastian, and you're looking like a monkey. And you realize he's terrified of what's going on. And he snatches you up and throws you over his shoulder, and then carries you to safety, which is away.
What? I didn't mean for it to do that. Sorry.
And I know, Jan, you're having some trouble with choppy connection. Did you catch that? Do you want me to restate?
Yes, please.
Okay. So you acted like a monkey and chose to seem unthreatening, but
Yes.
you didn't choose to be unimportant.
No.
This gorilla was bearing down on David, who used some kind of magic spell out of nowhere. When David cast the spell, it kind of banished this gorilla. He became terrified because he was pushed back and he knew something was wrong. He saw you, who he took as a monkey, who's unthreatening, but still important. He has grabbed you, thrown you over his shoulder, and loped away
Yay.
because he wants to get you to safety. You think, maybe.
Going all King Kong here.
Yep. Oh, that's totally, yeah. Now he's going to climb up on top of the building. Thank you for giving me that. It's totally a thing. He goes out the door and like climbs, like puts his hand up to a gutter and hoists himself up onto the roof, and he's still got you over his shoulder. And he gets up on the thing, and he's making like noises, grunts or something to you.
David, what did you do?
I banished it. I guess
Why
I
did you banish Sebastian as well?
well, I didn't mean to banish Sebastian. I didn't think Sebastian. I didn't think he would.
Yes, just go ahead and exit. I've got everything under control. If I'm going to call Anima Control. This is, you hear Mr. Handsome calling to the other kids in the library. It's coming down the hallway.
That's bad though. We need Sebastian to build it.
I'm starting to chase after Sebastian and also trying to get my Polaroid camera out of my backpack.
You totally have your Polaroid camera. You come around and you can catch the two, like looking around the main area outside of the doorway there.
I hope I get a blurry foot just going around a corner in my Polaroid.
Yeah, totally. Blurry foot around
Finally
corner.
proof.
That's headline material. That's right. Fun, the truth. Just so we're all on the same page, I'm going to do a quick screen share and show you where I'm imagining the gorilla came in and went out of. Can you guys all see what I've got?
Yep.
All right. So you came bailing out of the media bay. The gorilla came this way. Everybody's going to run that way, but David stayed here, and Sebastian decided to act like a monkey. David cast his spell that terrified the gorilla. It reached out to snatch Sebastian, ran out here, and then grabbed and climbed up on top of the media sector of the school. Now, he is up there with Monkey Sebastian, and Franklin has come running out with his Polaroid, and he's taken a fuzzy picture of a gorilla on the roof, which will easily be
I hope it's just like a foot disappearing over the edge of
it's
the
just like a
roof.
foot or a shoulder. Yeah, it's totally that. And I think this might be a good point for us to take, even though I know Jan's had some choppiness and seems to be okay now. I still think this is a good time for us to take a break. We're at 24 after, at least 6 minutes, good and healthy. Take a bio break, and we'll see you guys when you come back. And hey, we don't have to. And we are back. So we had a lively break. It was the best bio break that was like in this liminal quasi role playing, but not really. So we have to wipe all that away. The last thing that happened before we went to break was that a large gorilla thought Sebastian, who was acting like a monkey, was in as much danger as the gorilla who was being banished by magic was in. So it grabbed Sebastian, clambered up on top of the media section of the middle school. Franklin dashed after with his Polaroid and took a picture of the gorilla's foot as he made it up onto the roof. So we pick up with David. You cast your spell successfully. The gorilla ran away, except it grabbed Sebastian, but you did it. It hurt. Do we see like bloody nose, like Stranger Things, like bloody nose thing from the one harm that you took, or something else?
Oh yeah, I think you know what I think you see. You saw when David cast the spell, which probably nobody saw. Maybe Sebastian saw that his eyes turned all black when he did that because it's a black magic spell. And as he comes out of that, you see that there is some sort of kind of washed out bloody-ish tear running down from his eyes.
Ooh, bloody tears. Ugh. Rough.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Because he's got his sunglasses.
Yeah, Bailey, you had the smart move of everybody run away, and they didn't. When you look back, Sebastian is gone. Franklin is running back the other way with his Polaroid. David is standing there, crying a bloody tear. He looks like a 90s indie comic book cover, but he's not.
I take his shoulders. I'm like, David, what happened?
I remembered from the journal there was a spell, and I kind of scared the gorilla away, but it took Sebastian. Sebastian looked like a monkey to him, I guess.
This way?
Yeah. I'm coming. I'm coming.
I'm standing outside
behind me,
trying to look for a way up.
Yeah, I'm following Bailey.
Yeah, you can shimmy up the gutter, no problem.
I look at the gutter nervously and then, yeah, sure, I can shimmy up the gutter. Let's start shimmying up the gutter.
Nice. Yeah, do you think, like, I don't know if this is a roll. I think you can either Franklin is healthy enough and strong enough to be able to climb up a gutter thing or not. I think yes, but you tell me.
I mean, it's
a little bit of struggle.
It's the gutter. I mean, is the gutter strong enough to?
It's for school, so it's like,
oh yeah,
it's heavily fortified. It's not a thing like at a regular house. Exactly. Jen,
yes, as
usual. Yes, you can.
He's got enough muscle to move his skinny body up. Yes,
I could do just so much squirrely shit when I was a tiny kid. It was just not even fair.
I remember climbing up rain pipes.
Yeah, it's.
I would not be able to do it anymore.
No.
I am a heavy man now.
Yeah. It's tiring enough just lifting my own body, let alone lifting it off the floor. I awkwardly climb up the building after Sebastian. Sweet.
So Sebastian, you've got a gorilla who seems very concerned about your welfare.
I think Sebastian would like to read a scary situation.
Okay.
Because he's not feeling very safe in the arms of this gorilla.
I think he set you down, and maybe you read the situation as it steps back and the gorilla looks at you. So let's have you do that. Reading a scary situation is rolling with shop.
Shop.
You got a 2 in sharp. You're so sharp.
Yeah, I
You-
roll a 5
yeah.
though.
You're wicked sharp, but you rolled
Yay!
a
I get
5.
XP.
You do. Look at all this XP. So you don't want to luck it, right? You're good.
No. It's more fun to not.
Gobble up that XP. That sounds good. So you're looking at the gorilla and you see its concern for you. And you realize this is a female gorilla. And maybe it's convinced itself that you're a long lost child. And
Doing that.
it kind of, yeah, and it reaches out and it just like strokes its big thick fingers along your cheek there, and then it twitches and you see that little antenna. It's way bigger on a spider monkey than it is on the big honking gorilla, but the thing starts to like tink a little bit, and it twitches a little bit, and it looks around fearfully. And then you see a bunch of other monkeys climbing up onto the roof, and they're scampering across. There's a mandrill. There are several other monkeys that maybe they came from the library or something. But it looks at them, and you see its eyes kind of like, you don't know if there's some kind of signal or something going through. They seem to be communicating. And then it turns to you and it looks at you. And this is what Franklin, you come up onto the roof. It looks at you and then it roars. Like the other monkeys must have told it something. And it roars. It sees you as a threat now. What do you do? His big, huge mouth. You see like slobber connecting the teeth kind of thing. His big lips come out, because like gorillas scream. What do you do, Sebastian?
I want to crawl away.
Okay. If you want to run away, act under pressure to try to get away from this. You're not kicking it, so you're just trying to get out of the way.
No, I'm not. No, definitely not kicking gorilla. I think he has a stronger kick.
He does. Franklin, do you want to protect somebody here?
Yes. If I see this happening, I would.
Yeah,
try and
get right up just in time, like, and then you see the gorilla roar at Sebastian, and it looks like it's like rearing back to like snatch him, throw him, punch him. You're not sure. What do you do, Franklin?
I mean, I've just climbed up the building. I'm tired. I don't think I can run in, dive to game. I throw my Polaroid camera at the gorilla's head.
Oh man, that means that you had to have gotten the perfect shot.
Oh
Or
yeah,
it
yeah. I
wasn't
think we
just
can
a
correct
fit.
it too. I did get a perfect shot.
Got the perfect shot. Sweet. It's like it's flopping down, and you're throwing the Polaroid. You see the gray, and it starts to develop, but it's like the shot of the gorilla on top of the school. And let's go ahead and have you. I think you're trying to prevent harm more than attack, because this Polaroid is not going to.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's
I
have you
know.
roll plus tough.
It's a flat roll. Just, there's a lot of good news today.
The good news is you get an XP. The bad news is no, you do not protect him at all. But you do hit him on the head. Hey, maybe you protected him, because it doesn't finish that punch on Sebastian. It like turns and looks at you, and you're a bigger threat. You've attacked it, so it comes roaring forward and backhands you. And we see like a cut up and you fly out. Man, you're falling off roofs all the time now. This is a trope in our game now, it seems. Bailey, I'm imagining you've come out after them at this point. So you see Franklin fly past you and slam into the ground. That is going to be a nice 3 harm for you coming your way. But it definitely knocks you senseless. You're going to be a little stunned for a while here.
I'm at 5 harm.
Yeah, that is rough. I think your ankle's broken. I think that's what's up.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I'll run up to Franklin and be like, "Are they on the roof? Are you okay?"
No. Yeah, and yes. I don't.
Okay, I think I know which order those go in. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I've an
I think
idea.
I'm definitely wiping some tears from my eyes. Just,
You know the story of the Pied Piper? I'll try that. I'll try that because yeah, I have I think I have some sort of, what's that, the recorder, the thing where you blow into it, and then
Oh yeah,
if you're a
like
cowboy,
a little
Baby's first plastic flute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like that, something like that. I might have that, and then I'll start to play that and add some runes on the little thing, the instrument, and or not runes, but more symbols like letters.
Wow. Okay.
Sigils.
Sigils, yes, exactly. And
That's
I
not-
mean, do you really carry this around, or do you need to use your preparedness to know if you have?
I need to use my preparedness here, I think,
All right. Yeah.
to have it,
work on it.
because I need to be prepared for this. Oh wow, I've rolled a 5, and preparedness goes with cool, so it's a 6. Huh. So, but I need to do this, so I have to spend luck.
Preparedness goes with sharp, actually.
No. Preparedness, does it?
I'm reading.
Yeah, it goes with sure, so it's a 7. But that
Yeah.
still means I have to spend a point of luck to have it here right now.
Yeah.
And I will.
Because you have it, but not here. Ooh, you
Yeah.
spend a point of luck.
Yeah, I need to do this. I mean, I can't do the magical ritual of playing the Pied Piper without a pipe. That stands to reason, right?
Yes. No. Yes. And when you spend a point of luck, you discover something happening now that is related to something you were involved in years ago. And with your dark past, it could be a thing from the journal. But you start to play a particular song. And what are you hoping to accomplish? To get them to follow you? To terrify them? What do you want?
Not to get them to follow me, because that would hopefully mean they leave Sebastian alone. And also, I can draw them away from the school, because right now, having these monkeys at the school where there are little kids and other teacher people, I actually kind of like. I mean, they're not all nice, but I don't want them to be eaten or anything by monkeys, right?
Yeah, of course. Why would you want to have them eaten by monkeys? That seems like the worst idea. So what are you doing? Is this kind of a magic powers kind of deal?
That is use magic.
Seems pretty weird. So
it is.
Yeah, let's see if we can do that.
Yes. Let me do this. Let's see how that goes. Oh wow, I've rolled an 11.
Wow. Yeah. The magic works without issues. Choose your effect.
Yeah, I want them to follow me.
Okay,
while
I'm good with
playing
that.
This.
I'm not
this
sure
thingy.
which one of those specifically it would be, but I think that is a really interesting thing. So, Sebastian, you're crawling away from this gorilla after it just threw Franklin to his death. He's obviously dead. Like, that was at least 15 feet. He landed on his head. You can, like, see it in your head. Your weird little head. He's laying there on concrete, blood pooling around his head like some comic book or some scary magazine that you read. You're kind of trying to crawl back a little bit, and the gorilla is menacing you, and then we hear this like little flute music, and for a moment the audience maybe thinks, oh wait, is this spider monkey music? No, wait, it's different. It's different. It's some kind of like Pied Piper thing, and the gorilla turns, and the other monkeys that were scampering up towards you to help out and maybe eviscerating you, who knows, but they stop, and then they come to the edge of the roof, and they all look over, and they see you, David. They're looking right at you. What do you do?
I continue playing my flute. Since I've pulled it from my backpack and preparedness, I think it's a reed flute actually, because I had lessons in that.
You got a 12. Sure.
Yeah, I move away, and that's the spell that they will follow me. I hope somebody comes with me and shows me where to go, because this is my plan here. I'm playing the flute, and they're following me. But I don't know
where. You rolled
where
11 plus. Do
Yeah.
you think that Rolla is is drawn to this, or because Rolla seems to be a little smarter, he isn't?
That's...
What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, maybe?
Okay. No, we'll say yeah. Little Rolla is there kind of walking behind you, and then there
I
are...
mean, wasn't Rolla in David's backpack?
Yeah, that's true. So it doesn't
So
matter what he's doing. He's following anyway because he's getting carried. So yeah, David, you are leading the apes and monkeys, oh my, away. They're like hopping off of the roof and scampering down, and you see there's maybe 20 of them total here that all came to the school. And they're just in a line. And some kids are all watching you as you're playing this music and kind of marching away down the long sidewalk towards the teacher's parking lot or something. It's going to be all over the school. Bailey, you see what David's doing. It's so brave.
Yeah.
You don't think
it's working.
David
That's
fully thought this out. What do you...
I'm like, torn for a minute. Then I shout out up to the roof, Sebastian, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Franklin is dead though.
He's not dead. He's got a broken ankle.
Are you sure I'm not dead?
I'm sure you're not dead, buddy. You've got a pulse. It's good. For now. Sebastian, get down here. Somebody's got to help Franklin, and I've got to help David.
I'm coming. Slide down.
Okay.
Yeah, and as soon as Sebastian's feet are on the ground, I'm like, get the nurse. And then I run off towards my truck. And I'm like, well, as I'm running, I'll tell David to, head towards this specific intersection corner near the school.
All right. So what's the plan? Are you hoping to like zip by and David get in, or
yeah, so when I run up to my truck, I run up from the back and I pull out the flatbed door so that the flatbed is open fully. Yeah. And then jump in, get it started. And my plan is to sort of scree in front of David, right? And it's a Toyota. It's not like a Ford giant grill fuck off truck. It's something
my dad had like a lower to the ground Toyota pickup for a bit. I totally know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So David could quite possibly like get into the back of the truck without having to like stop playing and use both of his hands to climb in.
Yeah, and then
But yeah,
sit
get
in the
David
back.
sit in the back and then probably lead the monkeys someplace. And I'm trying to think of where to go while I'm running.
Yeah, well, this is better than me having to walk. So
Okay. Yeah. Sweet. So the plan goes like that because I think it's pretty amazing. Bailey coming up with the tailgate, and David, you look hop up and you're sitting on there still playing the flute. Rolla climbs out of your backpack and is seated right beside you and kind of pats your arm, and it's like he's trying to get your attention, and then he goes like this and makes like some kind of winking thing, and he points, and then he points the direction kind of towards the sea. What do you do?
I will motion. I will nudge Rolla with the elbow towards the driver's cabin because I can't talk to Bailey.
I'll slide open that little rear like side window thing.
Scampers in and he pulls it shut with his tail, and then he starts trying to give you directions. You quickly realize, Bailey, that he's trying to direct you towards the station and the lab that you guys he kind of drawn out for you when you guys were doing your research last night. He's thinking, let's just get them back to the lab. It seems that that's what he's hoping will happen here. Do you follow those directions, or are
Yeah,
you?
I do. I do. I'm like, okay, but when we get there, you need to like hide my glove box or something. I don't want them to take you.
He looks at the glove box and looks at you. But
somewhere they're not going to look.
and he'll walk over and he kind of pops a little thing in the it's a Toyota. I imagine it's just like two larger seats, so like he points like he can hide behind the seat or something like that.
Okay, I'm like, well spotted. Good times. Oh, what's this?
Well, that's actually bigger than I was imagining, but that's still cool. So if
I love that truck. It's so cute.
It's a nice truck.
Yeah, like
it's from '83, but I think you wouldn't have a new one anyway.
Oh, absolutely not. No. Yeah, like I would be down for a pickup if they weren't like 6 feet off the ground and gigantic and actually not useful anymore. I think that's one of the weird, funny, stupid things about modern trucks is that they're just so freaking gigantic now that they aren't easy to use. Anyway, driving towards the station, and I'll shout back to Davy what we're doing a little bit. And also be like, Rola's gonna hide in the little seat compartment thing. Remember, we never saw a spider monkey.
Rolla nods. And David's having to play, so I guess he nods.
Yeah, David cannot.
Yep.
Yeah, and I just gotta hope.
Cool. So let's cut to Sebastian leading Franklin in back into the school. You've got Franklin like he's limping heavily.
Ow.
Every moment, it's a lot of pain. And soon a teacher is going to come into the hallway, see what's going on, and they like quickly come over and scoop you up, Franklin. They carry you to the nurse's office, and Sebastian, do you follow along, or given that reprieve, do you bail?
No, I think Sebastian's gonna follow because he wants to make sure that they're not putting any probes into Franklin.
That's great. Yeah. So you're taking Franklin to the nurse's office, and she comes and takes a look at it, and she says, "Oh goodness, honey, this is maybe sprained, maybe broken. Let me take a look." And she does a little bit of like testing, and every motion hurts. It hurts so much. It's red. It's already swelling up. And she says, "Okay, I'm gonna call your parents. They may need to take you to the hospital. I'm going to talk to them. Okay, honey? We're going to just put you in a little splint we've got right now to keep things straight where nothing will hurt anymore for you. Let me get you some aspirin." Because that's the most you can give. Yeah.
Don't take it.
And she like brings you a little Dixie cup with 2 aspirin, another Dixie cup with some water, and she hands those off to you. Sebastian, you're in there in the little clinic. There's like the of the lights above you, and everything smells a little bit like bleach and cleaner. And she's gone to make a call to Franklin's parents, whatever's in his permanent record.
I'm like holding the little cup to my mouth as I'm like watching her leave, and then just like chuck it out the window.
Wow.
The window.
Because not
with the ankle.
Cool. So yeah, do you imagine your parents one of them will be able to respond, or do you imagine your parents would like wait until you get out of school? I imagine your parents seem decent enough to where they would.
Yeah, they would come.
Okay. Just checking, just making sure that we're on the same page. Yeah. So that's going to be a bit of a wait.
It would be a 50-50 on who was, I think it would be 50-50 on which parent would come pick me up, depending on, who was in meetings on.
All right. 1 through 5. 1 through 5 is dad. 6 through 10 is mom. It is Mom. It's Mrs. Booth. She's able to cut out, and yeah, they're way gone. Like, you guys don't have cell phones or anything. You have no idea, but Bailey and David are way gone. And when your mom shows up and she comes in, keys and everything, she's signed in at the front office, and I don't think the nurse would have like a wheelchair, so she would say, Sebastian, could you help Mrs. Booth and Franklin here?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, just help Franklin. I mean, I can ask one of the teachers if you're not comfortable with that, Mrs. Booth. Like, can we just go, Franklin? I can help you walk if you want.
No, it's fine with Sebastian.
Yeah, we'll take care of it. It's
Yeah.
fine.
And I'm giving the nurse a wary look because she tried to chip me. I mean,
sorry, that's awesome. Sweet. So you guys make your way out to your mom's car. We cut back, and you guys are coming over a hill because that's the best dramatic presentation of new place, right? And you look down, and you see there's like a little security gate, and sure enough, just like the little thing that Rolla was trying to indicate to you guys, you see there's a little compound. It's behind some. It's like behind a fence, but it's not military. It's not like they have, roll wire, barbed wire kind of concertina wire, which is a nice name for a horrifying thing. Not that. Just fence, security gate, and large parking lot, couple of large office buildings, and then a tower on top of one of the buildings. And you guys come trolling down. You're coming ever closer to that security gate. What's the plan, Bailey? Rolla's looking at the security gate, shaking his head no, and then he's pointing towards the beach because this just happens to be. But you don't know if your truck's gonna like manage that unless you want to give it a shot.
Man,
You're
this is
totally can
four-wheel
drive.
dive. I
You
can
totally
drive. I'm good at it. So far.
Okay.
And this is an old ride, but it's got good new tires. I'm gonna try the beach out for size.
Nice. All right. So you have a +1 ongoing while driving. Oh, well, you have access to 2 widely available vehicles. That's pretty great. We'll have to keep that in our mind here. Let's have you act under pressure as you try to manage and drive away from the very obvious entrance to find an alternate entrance to get into the compound.
Right on. I'm gonna try the builder roll.
Fun.
Click here. Yes. Hey.
I don't think
Crushed it.
Yeah, you didn't even put your modifier. You rolled actually better than that. Because you had your cool of 1, you got a +1 ongoing while driving, so you actually rolled
Get a 14.
14, okay? That's pretty amazing. You tell me, what's this look like?
All right, so Jen's gonna dig into her extremely shallow driving knowledge.
Right.
And be like,
just pretend it's a bicycle.
Bailey. Huh?
Pretend it's a bicycle.
Yeah, say it's a bicycle. Then I'm there. Actually, I don't know how to ride a bicycle well on sand, so just put that aside. Snow, I can talk to you about it all day. Sand, big shrug. I don't know. Real big tires, low gears. But for a truck like this, I'd be like, okay, actually, I want to gear it. It's also, it's manual. I'm not riding automatic. I've got a stick.
Yeah, totally.
So I'm like, cool. I got to take it down into a lower gear so that I'm not over torquing it and just spinning my wheels and throwing sand everywhere. And yeah, rumble down the beach. And let's see, California style beach. I imagine that our beachfront has like some rocky spots and some sandy spots too.
Yeah, that reads. I'm into it.
Yeah. And probably the beach near this compound isn't the 100% sand content, glistening, shiny, beautiful
They're
beach.
way too expensive. Yeah, it's
It's
ocean
probably
you, but yeah, rocky.
right. It's sort of rocky and pebbly, and it's not Muffy Beach. Yeah, there's probably like a silt retention fence that I'm like, brum. And silt retention fences they're short. They're like maybe 2 feet high. So like going over that and through some sort of not thick but not thin, not scrub but beach grass basically, and then into the rocky, pebbly, sandy beach proper with the waves lapping in, and it's bumpy. It's not the easiest ride, but I managed to not throw David. He's having a pretty all right time.
And the
I
thing
imagine
is,
that there's probably like a long shot from far back with like the truck on the beach with the horizon and the sunlight.
oh yeah, that's nice. That looks good.
And then the monkey trail.
Yeah, and then there's the monkey trail, but like when you slow down getting onto the beach, a few of the smaller monkeys realize, I mean, they're smart enough. Hey, this thing's moving on its own. They like scamper up real quickly and like hop onto the tailgate, and then they just sit around you like kumbaya style. David, crisscross applesauce, all sitting near you. Rola's not here, so they aren't frantic about that. But yeah, there are monkeys occasionally that like reach out, kind of pull on your shirt or something. But they don't
I
hurt
will.
you.
Yeah,
Checking
that's
for bugs.
nice. Yeah. Oh God. I will try to just continue playing. This is fine. This is cool. I never wanted to get to be 13 anyway. That's an unlucky number.
Yeah.
And you see that there's a large drainage pipe, and above the drainage pipe are a couple of rocks, and it looks like the fence just kind of is like, oh, these rocks are good enough. But that's probably where the monkeys got out of, and could be a place where you could get into the compound.
All right. I guess I'll park, and I'll like check in with Rolla real quick, and like make sure he's good, and also like point out the fence.
He does the thing which you now realize, oh, he's trying to do the tower, and he's like,
Yeah, we're gonna get the tower, bud. Are you gonna be okay here? You want to come with me?
he keeps pointing to you, and then he reaches out and he grabs the door.
Yeah, I figure I throw all of the books out of my backpack and I throw it on. Get out the door.
Cool. So you guys hop out of the truck, and I assume, David, you like kind of slip off the tailgate, and you're still playing, and the monkeys are all following you. And I think, yeah, Bailey, I mean, it's August. You probably aren't wearing a jacket or anything. So maybe Rolla like climbs into your backpack, or like, how are you carrying Rolla?
Yeah, I said already that I got all the books out of my backpack and tossed that on. No, it's cool. So he can hide in my backpack easy.
Awesome. Yeah, he does that.
And then I'll also grab a big fucking crowbar from
there you go.
From in behind the seats of my truck. Because it was that or the tire iron, and I know which one I want today.
Crowbar, tire iron, especially if it's that cross one. That's hard. That's good for defending. Not so great for hitting.
Yeah. Well, sweet. I mean, I want to use it for specifically what I need it for, leverage. And I'll point out the rocks, and I'll say, okay, Davey, I know you can't like answer, but we're going to pry those rocks out. That's probably where the monkeys escaped in the first place. Go in and then take out the tower from there. I think once we're in, taking out the tower is just going to be cutting power. Seems a lot easier than knocking a whole ass tower down. Hang in there, man. Playing an instrument sounds hard.
Yeah, David, you're on like the, I don't know, 108th verse of this song at this point. It's yeah, you've run out of lyrics to run in your head. It's probably a little maddening at this point.
Yeah, well, it doesn't matter. I look at the monkeys and I'm motivated. Especially this gorilla. I mean,
Look at her. She's just enormous and capable of ripping your arms right out of their sockets.
exactly. That
Inspiring.
That's very inspiring to keep playing. And I think it's basically like, it sounds like these tunes you hear when you're at a massage salon. It's like a very calming, meditative
Oh yeah,
thing.
nice. Yeah, it's
So
like
it's not really a song or anything that I learned in school. It's maybe something that my grandmother sometimes will hum when I'm sick or something like that. So
we cut away as Bailey is using the crowbar to kind of prop a few rocks and help David have the ability to walk without using his hands to climb up. So we cut away from that to, it's like we see the curtain, we're in ER, you're on top of a, like, you know, examination table, Franklin. There's a doctor. He's squat down. He's in his lab coat. Therefore, we know he's a doctor. And there's someone with a little clipboard writing down some notes. He goes, oh yeah, this is a real bad strain. Real bad strain. Okay, Frankie, don't worry. We're just going to go ahead, pull this splint off. And, nurse, can you give him a few pain meds, a few blah, 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 CCs, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, oh, okay, yeah. And they're going to try to give you more drugs, Franklin. And your mom's right there, and she's so worried about you and how much this must hurt. Sebastian, somehow they've let you in. Like it's the 90s. Maybe they're not so strict on strange kids, especially you, weird kids in the thing. So
He's his best friend.
And the nurse comes over and she's got, these are gel caps, honey. They'll go down really smooth. But here's some water in case you need it. Because not everybody, takes pills the same way. And she puts it in your hand.
Are they like watching me?
Your mom's watching you, but also watching your, oh my goodness, that is so swollen. Oh, it looks like a loaf of bread.
Can I get a magazine? I'm getting really bored. Could I get a magazine to read?
Let's see if you can trick somebody into...
oh yeah, it's not exactly the truth. Yeah.
I mean, they may believe that you're bored, but...
Yes,
but
yeah. It's, well, I have a 2 in charm, so...
You're pretty charming.
I'm pretty charming. I'm 13 charming.
What? It's just like the flip mode of all those XP you guys generated. This is pretty great. Yeah, she says, okay, honey, we've got some highlights magazine. And then she'll go and she'll come back with some highlights magazines and a National Geographic. And you've got some time to, like, what do you do in the interim as they've bought yourself a little bit of time before having to take the pills?
Well, I try and dispose of them.
This is one of those where you just like throw them in the corner kind of deal.
I think if Sebastian
Just give them to me.
here,
Just give them to me. No, I'll take them. I'll take care of them. I don't mean I'll take them.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Yeah, I think if Sebastian here, it wouldn't exasperate my conspiracy theory.
Yes.
Because we just like amplify our paranoia. So yeah, just remember, they might be tracking the position, or maybe it's better we hide them underneath the bed. That's why. I track it.
See, the bed. Hide it under the bed. There you go. Sweet. She comes back with a few magazines. Evidently, they had some in the waiting room. And soon enough, the doctor, he pats your other knee, says, all right, need to keep this splint on. And he starts talking to your mom more than you because you're, 13. He doesn't think you're going to pay much attention. And it's like, light activity. It's a sprain. It may take 4 to 6 weeks. Here's gives a few things. Here's a few things you can do, and here's a few things you shouldn't do. And you might want to get him a new shoe that's a little bigger, give some weight, blah, 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 blah. And then they release you. Your mom's like, oh, thank God we have insurance, because it's just crazy. Okay, guys. Well, do you want to, Sebastian?
Can Sebastian come back with us?
Can I come?
I mean, school is it's probably out in a few minutes anyway, and
Sure, honey. You've had a pretty rough day. Let's just get you home. And Sebastian, I'll talk to your father if he has any concerns about. I really appreciate you helping out, Sebastian.
You're welcome.
That you'll drive you guys it's Beachwood is pretty small, so you eventually get back home, and it's afternoon. Maybe class will be let out eventually, but I think that'll happen in first period, so probably not. It's like lunchtime.
I mean, I was stretching the truth.
Yeah, it's truthiness though. It had the feel of truth. And your mom's like, honey, do you need me to stay with you? I don't have to go back to work if you're hurting.
No, I'm good. I got magazines.
That's true. Okay. You guys be safe, all right? I'm going to treat you like grown-ups. You need to act like grown-ups.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to get attacked by monkeys or anything. Bye, Mom.
Oh, such an imagination. She heads back to the... So, what do you do? Unfortunately, your bikes aren't here.
I need to point out that unlike Brooke, Bailey does not have a pager.
Yeah.
Although, frankly, for the situation she's in, thank goodness.
Yeah. Could only lead to trouble. Plus, that's how they track you. So,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I throw it into the woods because after the first one, I'd be like, oh, this is never going to stop.
Sebastian.
Yeah.
Can you get me the map of the town? We need to figure out where they've gone. They must have gone to the lab.
Okay. Where's
On my board.
Oh,
You have to take out a few pins.
he's got his crazy board.
That's a decent board.
Yeah.
And Sebastian, you see there's
I
all
mean, it
kinds
might
of...
not be up to, it might not be as good as Sebastian's board of craziness. But, I mean,
It's a bit small, but
So one of the things you also would notice here, Sebastian, is that there are a bunch of weird little crayon and pen scribbles of art.
just art.
not
Okay.
Franklin's.
The monkey did it.
The monkey drew in
That's
Franklin's
it.
notebook.
Sorry, that's it. Sorry. It was just a little side thing. Sorry, I wasn't trying to make things more complex. I apologize. Wasn't trying to confuse anybody. Sweet. So yeah, you guys can... Maybe you want to make a little bit of a investigative mystery here.
I mean,
Do you have
having
any
access to
information?
having access to the map of the town, some magazines that we've got now. Can I trigger my mojo wire and get a +1 forward for investigating?
Absolutely. That sounds fun. All
I
the
mean,
re- all the
Maybe
latest
there's some
news.
articles about a lab. Maybe.
Take it. Sounds good.
I think there would be a lot of look here and showing articles. And like there's a photo on there's a photo on this one. You can see that building from the photo. That must be them and then I'll or does Sebastian want to roll for the mystery. Oh, I'm the one who's got the +1, so I think I am.
It's like, what are you doing? I want to argue for this move that I'm not going to roll.
Yeah. Well, I now can roll at the same level as Sebastian with investigating mystery because of this. I got 7.
Wow. Okay, on a 7, you got one question, and you could totally ask, where did it go?
Yeah.
Sweet. And sure enough, you see that just a few miles from here on the coast, in a rocky part that's zoned for commercial, and is the area that, yeah, that's where it is.
I jab
The
a
lab.
pin where they are. They're there. Now we just have to get there. I look at my ankle and think about my bike not being here and Sebastian's bike not being here.
Do you have any siblings with bikes or mopeds or anything else?
I mean, there's my dad's mountain bike, but that's huge. I mean,
We can make it work.
Okay.
You guys are talking. You're up in the room, and we see Sebastian like looking outside and across the road in the driveway is someone's car. Yeah, hire a taxi. This is pre-Uber days. You could totally do that.
We'd have to call one and
I mean, do we put on a grown-up voice and I know how
Yes.
to call a taxi. Call a taxi. Yeah.
Okay. So we cut back. I definitely want to just prepare yourself. You're going to have to do the voice to call a taxi. I just need to see that on screen. All right.
An adult voice, so
I don't know. I don't know what you're going to do, but it's whatever you're going to do. You're
practice
gonna
getting
need
to do
it.
deep voice. Okay.
Yeah. So we cut back. Bailey, David, the two of you have made your way up along the little rocky area between the fences. It's a bit of a climb. I'm imagining, Bailey, you kind of ended up having to like help David up at certain points because he's got to keep playing, and the monkeys all scamper up easily, and they're just following, and a few of them are like looking around, and you're seeing that their little antennae and the little indicator lights are brighter and brighter, and they seem to be excited about this. And Bailey, you see Rolla like climbs out of the backpack, and he climbs up onto your shoulder, and he's looking around, and he seems stressed or something. And then all of a sudden he twitches a little bit, and he falls off of your shoulder and lands on the ground, and it looks like he's having some kind of like fit or something. What do you do?
First, I do my best to catch him, as long as I'm not, catching. I mean,
Yeah, we'll say that you guys are up
Davey.
and you're on the you're in a grassy area. You're kind of near the parking lot. Yeah, I'll say if Bailey, you have to shift attention away from just paying attention to David. But yeah, you kind of catch Rolla in your arm, and Rolla is blinking his little eyes, and the indicator light is coming on. You're not sure what's happening. So what do you guys want to do? Three-story building.
I like compare the blinking on Rolla's little headset with another monkey nearby.
It looks like whatever sequence might be happening, they're going at about the same rate, but Rolla did not have as much of an antenna, but even here the signal's strong enough to where it might be affecting him.
Just looking at investigate a mystery type stuff.
Yeah.
See if I can't think my way around this. Let's roll some dice again. This time I'm even going to add the modifier into the roll. Hey.
That's what happens when you go out of your way to make this die roller happy.
Yay.
Wow. That is great. We've had a 14, a 12, a 13, an 11, and a 12. Dang, you guys rock.
Dang.
You get 2 questions. You can ask from mystery or alternate investigative mystery.
I think alternate investigative mystery is going to be best. So what's causing Rola's seizure here?
What seems to be causing Rola's seizure is the signal from the signal tower. That not just that he's close to the signal, but the sequence of the indicator light seems like it's receiving different information. It could be a random thing. It could be a response to them coming to home base. But whatever signal all of the monkeys are receiving right now, you see the monkeys are kind of sitting docile. The gorilla, the mandrill, all of them are sitting docile, like they're waiting. But it's affecting Rolla a little differently. But you always, as Rolla explained to you guys, Rolla seems to take the signal and process it differently. He might be fighting it. You're not sure.
Will slowly stop playing. Maybe
Cool.
like
and the
petering
last
out
you like stop for a little bit and they don't.
No, I'll
you
just
you
go
take it down a bit.
slower, and just let
Yeah.
the magic slide a little, and see if they get more agitated, and if they don't, then I'll finally stop and take the flute down, and I say, well, never want to play this thing again.
Yeah. So for my second question, where can I learn more about this? Where this is sort of Rola's seizures, I guess.
Okay. So I'm gonna quickly show you guys just so you have a bit of a visual, and I'll do a screen shot of this and a screen cap of this and put it in your thing. This is a general layout of the overall compound. The fence is the blackened area. I think it's called culvert, whatever. Like the pipes are here. You've got the signal control center. So this is where the tower is. There's an operating theater, an area where the monkeys were kept over here, and then their main offices are here and here. Oh, no, sorry. Let me reorient. Here's the darn pipe, Rich. Okay, so here's the pipe. You came in through here, where there's a gap in the fence. Here's where the signal is. Offices over here, operating theater and cells. So by looking around, and you're able to figure out they've got their offices here, but this is obviously where they kept the monkeys, and then the signal control center. You would think if you want to learn more about the control tower, it's here. If you want to learn more about what maybe the treatment of the monkeys, it would be here. Any data that they've collected would be somewhere in the laboratories and offices. Does that help? Does that feel like a complete answer?
Yeah, I think that feels like a complete answer. I knew that I wasn't going to get something particularly direct, but yeah.
Are there any people about?
There are cars parked here. You saw that there were. Oh, that's right. You were on the back gate. There's a loading dock. There's an actual entrance area to the east that has a guard tower, and there's a guard there, but he's looking out, not in. And you see maybe there's somebody out taking a smoke break because it's the 90s. He's taking a smoke break, but hasn't noticed you guys quite yet because you're skulking around.
Yeah. Yeah, I glance around and get a feel for the area and the exits. I'm like, we've got to stop the signal.
Yeah, I think
that's the control center right there.
So
signal first, then offices?
Yeah, maybe signal first, but somebody should cause a distraction. The other one runs in and turns it off.
So how would you like to cause a distraction, David?
I mean, I go in and tell them that all those monkeys sitting around, I'm pretty sure they'll be distracted. Not distracted. has the advantage that it's actually the truth.
And I like look at his eyes again.
Yeah,
in sort of
they're
an
still a
inspecting way. They're
little out there, and they look a bit reddish.
like, he's 12. They're not going to think he's been smoking.
I can totally have been smoking. I have sunglasses. We're in California. Everybody has sunglasses.
That's how that works. And okay, all right.
Okay. If they shoot me, tell my mom. I don't know. Tell my mom something nice.
You were trying to save an old folks' home. Got it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You died a hero.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bailey. You're the best.
I try. And I'll start skulking away from him so that I'm, broken line of sight before he starts on whatever attempt to distract he does.
All right. So I think that what we've got is a little bit of a trick somebody here for David.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, what I'm trying to do here is go up there, open the door, yell, tell the people, hey, there's all these monkeys sitting around. I think you should come and see, and then get away as quickly as I can, because I'm pretty sure that they will react in some way.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I can roll with trick somebody or act under pressure.
I think trick somebody, but
Okay.
I'll give you a +1 because you're actually telling the truth.
Oh, neat. Let's see. Oh, wow. Look. Rolled a 9, and I've got a +1, so woo.
Squeak past. All right. Well, you squeak past with a 10. That's actually more than squeaking.
Mhm.
For a 10+, they'll do it for the reason you gave them. Ask too much. They'll tell you what it will take. Sweet. I am going to say you bust into the labs. And I'm dropping a picture. Hold on just a second. I have
No, I wanted to go to the signal tower.
signal
the signal
tower.
control.
Oh,
Not
sorry.
the labs.
Okay.
Not the
Okay.
labs. I want,
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to get them to go out so Bailey can go in.
That makes way more sense than how I interpreted it. I apologize. So you head into the signal tower. You see someone is there. There's a couple of screens, but it's the 90s, right? So the stuff there is like Windows 10 and no, Windows XP, Rich. Good God. Windows 10. Windows XP and
You might have been trying for Windows 2000.
Maybe that's what I was going for.
Maybe.
Windows 2000. Yeah. So Windows 2000, or maybe.
Wait, they're a government thing, right? They wouldn't.
They're running
use
Linux. Yeah, they're running like Linux or something. Here we go.
No, they still run Windows.
They
Yeah.
still run Windows 95 or something.
Oh, there we
because,
go.
I mean,
Perfect. Yes, because it's government. Yeah, they're part of the military industrial complex, so they don't upgrade. They upgrade every other. So yeah, and the guy's wearing like a security guard outfit. It doesn't look like it's from the lab. Maybe he's contracted. You're not sure. And you come running in. You see there's a bunch of monkeys. And he sits up real quick. He's like, "Gosh, oh, thanks, kid." And he'll
come look.
Grabs his little walkie-talkie and he starts calling. Hey, we've got monkeys on the premises. Hey, we got monkeys on the premises. Maybe that signal got them back. Come on. And he's running outside, and sure enough, he sees all of the other monkeys. Bailey, you get a +1 because of David's attempt to help you here.
All right. Then yeah, I'll slide in after him into the signal control center.
Oh wait, he ran past me. I can go in as well. That's nice. Yeah. Then I'll come back. Then I can't go in.
But you can or you can't go in.
No, I can't. I thought I would have to run in front of him to lead him to the monkeys, and then Bailey would go in, and then I would have to go
You got a
somewhere.
10 plus, so yeah, on a
So,
7 to 9,
yeah.
he would have required you to come with him, but on
Yeah,
a 10
okay.
plus, he
No, then.
bought it hook, line, and sinker and tells himself you're the kid of Dr. Soames, or he doesn't even know. You looked smart. You're probably one of those lab kids. I don't know. It's fine.
Yep.
Sweet. So yeah, you guys head in. You see there's a couple of large, case computers running all the stuff here. It's those like huge like cord holders that's running to a power box, and you see that it's evidently like run up and headed towards the, sorry, I just read the chat thing, headed towards the symbol. It's a power box that's headed up towards the tower itself. There is a set of stairs leading out of this control room here on the bottom floor. What do you want to do?
I mean, the power box, big switch to throw. Is it locked?
There's a little lockbox kind of like over the circuit breaker itself. You could maybe pick it, Bailey.
Yeah. I'm like, shutter lock. Probably just needs a jiggler.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to try pickpocket on this one? That's really not exactly the right application of the move, but I would be open to it if that's where you wanted to go. Although you've got a skeleton key that opens any magically sealed lock, but does it work on any
Right.
key? Huh, man, I just love that magic key. I gotta make a mystery where you have to have a magic key.
Right.
Okay. Then I think what you're trying to do then is, I hate that I always act under pressure. It just sucks. But there is not a move that feels like it's a thing. I think you just do it. You're the naughty kid. You're good at this kind of stuff. You jimmy the lock. It's not like it's rocket science. So yeah, you pop that in and you can open it up, and sure enough, you see it's a circuit board that you could probably flip and turn all the power off that you'd like.
And I look at Davy, and I've got my thumb on the thing. Does he make any no, don't faces? I'm not seeing any no, don't faces. So thunk, 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 thunk.
Nice.
Or the double that just says main. Thunk.
And you pull the main, and we cut outside. The security guard who is at the main gate has run up. The security guard that David just fooled is out there. There's a few others that have come out, and they're looking at all the monkeys. And then, shoom, the power goes out. The signal dies. And these monkeys, like the indicator lights, all go off. And they...
I close the door.
Freak out a little bit. And yeah,
Close the door.
You close the door and lock it. And we're not sure what happens out there.
Yeah.
But Rolla, who is there with you, right? You caught him, and I assume maybe you like dropped him back and gently put him back in your backpack. He's there as well, and kind of pops his head up, looks around, and there's something different about Rolla's attitude right now. He seems gentle. He doesn't seem scared per se, but you don't see the indicator light, and he kind of climbs over your shoulder and lowers himself down. He looks up at the two of you, and he's not signing. And then he just looks around. He climbs over and kind of gets underneath a table. What do you do?
I go down and look at Rolla and say, "Hey, Rolla, are you okay?"
He blinks and he peers at you, and then he moves closer and kind of rubs his head, maybe against your hand. But his reaction isn't like the Rolla that you'd seen before. He seems more docile. He doesn't seem to be as communicative.
I'm not as intelligent, right?
I'm sorry?
Not as intelligent, right?
Correct. Yes.
I'll turn to Bailey and see. I think some part of his brain needed that signal to be less animal-ish.
Yeah, I thought so. And I'm casing the joint for things to steal.
Oh yeah, there's some really great stuff you can snag. Kick-ass coffee mug.
Oh, yeah. Let's be more specific. I am casing the joint for things that I can steal that do the frequency thing that Roland needs.
Oh, sweet. That's a bit more.
Maybe
Maybe
that's
if
a
you
bit of a
grabbed one
Rita
of those.
scary
Yeah, let's that's a
situation.
really scary situation. That
Yeah.
seems appropriate. Let's put it to a roll to see if you.
All right. We're gonna roll the dice. Got an 8.
Okay, get one question.
All right.
I would be okay with protect the victims as being, answer to that question.
Yeah.
Maybe
What's the best way to protect the victims? Is it good?
it will take some work at Sebastian's little lab, or perhaps David, who's a little more magical than scientific. I think. I don't know. We'll need to differentiate your labs. Like we go to this hideout for science, this hideout for crazy magic. I don't know. But you think one of the two of them could probably, if you grabbed one of these computers, like just grab the whole damn thing, you may be able to recreate the signal.
Yeah. Well, with the signal off, they're not going to freak out if they see Rolla. So yeah, I'll grab a whole ass computer.
Nice.
And slip that in my backpack. And then try to coax Rolla back up.
I mean, I'm imagining this is one of those like big.
I need a new backpack after this.
Yeah, your backpack is ripping, and I think that's the cost of it. Is like you're ripping the little vinyl, and it's stretching all the stitches. But yeah, you guys can snag that backpack, but then you can't fit Rolla in there. David, what are you doing?
I have a backpack as well, so can put Rolla in that.
Okay.
He's been there before. I hope he's okay with it. I'll coax him into it.
You do need to coax him a little more than before.
Yeah.
But yeah. You can.
I have
He seems
peanuts.
to trust you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. And also this guard guy, he was maybe eating some stuff.
Totally eating some corn nuts, and turns out that Rolla's into corn nuts. So you throw a few in your backpack. He scampers in excitedly. You kind of close it just enough to where you can, and then you got to sneak out while then you see that the parking lot, like these guys beat feet, the security guards and the lab folks, they've all run away, and they're among there's one jumping, the gorilla is jumping up and down on a car of some kind, and there's a guy like, oh man, and it sets off the the sensor alarms like weep, 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 and you guys use that to head out the little sewage drainage pipe thing and scoot back to your truck, and we'll quickly kind of move to
is there a way before we go? We should have jammed the signal tower somehow.
Oh, yeah, like maybe before you look out, you see all the craziness going, and yeah, David, you realize, hey, they'll just flip that thing back on.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of something out there that is vital.
Sure.
And I just hand David the crowbar, and I'm like, have fun, kid.
That's not my scene. I don't know what's vital here. I can smash it, but that's it.
Why don't you investigate a mystery and figure out what can hurt it?
Oh yeah, it's a good idea. That's what's sharp, right?
It sure is.
Okay.
You're good at this.
Maybe. We'll see.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I figured out. What can hurt this?
What can hurt this? So it looked like they had two computers what could really hurt it is if
Mhm.
you could, quickly create some kind of worm. But if you destroy this hard drive, it's enough to really set them back. So
Okay.
it's going to throw them off for months.
Good. And then we can leave it to Sebastian to create some kind of worm.
Exactly. So after going back to make sure that they couldn't turn it right back on, now Bailey, the corner of the hard drive, like peeking out of the base of your backpack, you lead David, and David with Rolla, the now not super intelligent monkey, and you guys head to the truck, and then you drive off and away, and then we will. So because we're gonna move away from Monster Squad for at least the rest of this month, I'd really like to have just a couple of quick epilogues stuff. Sorry, there's a text thing that's very funny. So let's do a couple of quick epilogues to where it's kind of like a season ender, as it were, but definitely not into the show. It's totally got a renewal. Like we weren't even full through the first full season when we got a renewal notice. It's super popular, guys. So let's go around the horn here, and then we'll do our actual technical end of session questions and all that official stuff. But I'd like to see if you pick. So what do we see of Sebastian?
I mean, I have a suggestion for just before that. I mentioned we'd get one scene of Franklin and Sebastian practicing their voices, standing.
Oh
at the
right, I
phone,
didn't ask for the. Oh yeah.
And doing and
I mean,
and they spend way too long on this, and to the
You guys
point
are
where
role playing.
you see
You're
in
role
the
playing the
background.
taxi. God, this
I
thing.
already had an entire thing in mind. I mean, I was going to do a whole
Give it to us.
BoJack
Yeah.
Horseman reference to a Vincent Adultman.
I'm terrible. I'm so
We,
sorry I cut ahead. Oh, dang
Yeah.
it. I missed out.
Yeah, I think we kind of keep doing these rehearsing and testing out our voices and no, more and then you just see Bailey and her truck
Yes.
driving up to come and collect us after the rescue.
Nice. Cool. And then I don't know. So let me ask you guys just a simple question. Is this a thing where we want to pocket the mystery of helping Rolla regain intelligence kind of stuff later? Do we want to say that we've got a little bit of that and that's the end of the mystery? What do you guys think?
I think
Feels
that's
the end of this mystery. I mean, we could
I think
start a
that
new
it's
mystery and either Bailey, I mean, not Bailey, the monkey is Rolla is intelligent again or not intelligent again, but
maybe
That's
he has a
something we
little
can work out.
backpack,
But
Oh God, a little backpack. That's so
an
good.
adorable monkey backpack. I'm fine with Rolla having his intelligence restored, being kind of an epilogue to this,
Okay.
right?
I'm into it. I like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a cutscene where we can see Sebastian building some kind of signal thingy that Roller can wear as a little collar or something, maybe? Don't know.
Yeah. Now
I
we're
mean,
totally
yeah.
entering Scooby-Doo territory. This is great. This was all a prequel to. No, I'm joking. It was not.
Yeah.
Cool.
meddling kids. I'm going to roll over to meddling kids.
That's right. You're changing playbooks to meddling kid. All right. Let's do our end of session questions. Did you conclude the current mystery? Yes.
Yes.
Did you save someone from certain death or worse?
Roller again.
Yeah, I think so. Did you
also
learn? Oh, yes.
the gorilla was about to.
Yeah,
Oh,
Sebastian
some-
and Franklin.
Holy Springs. Yes. Plus. Franklin, brave.
And
Did you learn
Kyle.
some?
And
Oh,
Kyle, who
you
was
saved Kyle.
trying to take on the gorilla.
Doing his best. I have both more and less respect for Kyle.
Seems about right. More and less respect. That's all he could ask for. Did you learn something new and important about the world?
Monkey networks.
Sebastian did. The rest of us are
Yeah.
kind of like the same place we were at the end of last session.
Did you learn something new and important about a member of the squad?
And that's Sebastian.
Oh, that's true. No, we'll count. So that's 3 yeses. Everybody gets 2 XP. Sweet. Hopefully at least one person got an advance. Yeah, looks like Bailey did.
In advance.
I got one to choose.
Good
Right.
stuff.
Narrowed it down to 3 options.
I just need one more XP. Come on. Give it to me.
Do we want to end with you trying to trick somebody and see if you fail? No.
I've taken a start of session move, so
Oh, fun.
I will.
Let's keep that in mind. I'll put the one with a plan. Yeah. all right.
Yes. Yes. I mean, that is blue.
Nice. Thank you. That's very helpful.
Bless you.
That was a really long and delayed sneeze. I apologize.
Sweet.
Sweet. Let's do some stars and wishes. I'm going to snag a wish from everybody and by say, I wish Tyler well. I wish that you were able to join us, and I hope everything's okay. We miss Tegan. Ha 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 ha. So let's go around the horn, starting from the right-hand side, going towards the left. We'll do a round of wishes, and then we'll circle back around, and everybody gets to hand out a few stars. Jan, what wishes do you have for this, for when we come back to Monster Squad, or anything in particular that happened this
I
session?
mean, I wish we let's see. I wish we managed to have that scene of trying to fool a cab driver into letting we're in
I
adults.
hoped it. You're right.
And-
I was
and
just
I
looking at
kinda
time,
wish-
and I'm like, sorry.
Yeah, I kind of wished we'd made it to the end thing.
Yeah, me too. I decided I couldn't find a way to extricate you guys that felt
I know, but
cohesive, so
it
sorry
makes
about
sense.
that. Cool, thank you. And Alex.
I mean, I'll ditto that. I didn't mind not getting to the thing. I mean, in my head, we were just going to get to the door as they were leaving anyway. But I was like, looking forward to a little bit for just some silly working up the courage to fool the taxi driver who would probably be like, "Yeah, kid, I'll drive you there anyway." What? But you're going to pay, so it's fine. Why are you doing a voice?
I think I was just, I knew when you normally needed to leave, and I was trying to play to that.
Oh
time.
yeah, sorry.
Thinking
Yeah.
of you,
I could have said that. There was no.
Oh, well, I
rush.
mean, I should have checked. Cool. Anything else, Alex?
I have a wish that we return to these characters at some point. I enjoy these, and I like the mysteries and stuff that they've encountered, and I like all the characters' shtick.
Good. I'm glad. Sabine, what wishes did you have?
Yeah, I would like to return to these characters eventually, because that was a lot of fun. Monster of the Week is one of my favorite games, so and these characters are really interesting, and I have only seen one session of Sebastian and Tegan, so I want to see more of them because they're so very interesting. Yeah, and I wish we could not have Franklin break his foot. Poor Franklin, I'm so sorry.
When we pick back up, his foot will be healed. He might have a limp if that's what Alex wants Franklin to have, but he'll be perfectly mobile and healed up.
I think it's kind of that happened. That situation kind of decided on what the movie's going to be taking, which is like with the jerry-rigged armor thing, which will be bicycle helmet and knee pads and elbow pads.
That's awesome. Cool. Jen, what about you? Any wishes?
Rooftops, Franklin's greatest nemesis. Let's see, wishes. Indeed, I'd like to return to these characters at some point in the future. I wish we'd had Tyler, but more than that, of course, I wish for Tyler's good health and safety. Other wishes. I suppose I'm a little curious about some of the fallout from what we've done here today.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested in seeing a bit more of that. But other than that, like,
Tease out
good
what you mean.
times,
Like you want
shenanigans.
to make sure that there are follow-ups from crazy monkeys invading your school kind of stuff, or is there something
I
else you mean by
mean,
that?
that's definitely a cool thing to do.
Okay, who brought the monkeys into the school? If you say now, no, you won't be in trouble.
You won't be in trouble.
Mhm.
That's right.
The best lie that they tell. The biggest and most common. No, I'm also just a little bit. I'm curious, man. What was the point of uplifted radio monkeys, right?
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, there's what's going on.
Gotcha.
So I'm curious, like from a character focus, like Bailey's curious, but she's also perfectly happy to, bail with her monkey friend, right? And maybe learn about it later and maybe not, because that's life. But me, I'm curious. Narratively, I'm like,
And this is a PBTA, which some call story games, some call not. So I'd like to close that loop too. I don't think that like they're going to just go away, right? You've set them
right.
back in research, but Rolo was never found, and Rolo is pretty important. So yeah, just because we concluded this current mystery doesn't mean those guys just go away and they're like a castaway from a first season of a 10-season show that you never see again type deal. I think that's a really
Right.
feedback.
Yeah.
Cool. So we stick with you since you were last for wishes. You get to go first for stars. You get to hand out a couple of stars.
All right. Stars. I mean, I'm using character work from everybody.
I think your mic flipped just a second ago, Jen.
Yeah, I changed out of these guys, so
Uh-huh.
now my microphone is my webcam,
Okay.
which is further, and it's going to sound a little different.
Okay.
Can you still hear me just fine?
You're a little muffled.
Okay. Let's see here. Let's see if I remember how to.
Actually, if you could just lean forward that close, it's good enough for us to be able to hear.
Okay, cool. So yeah, good character work from everybody. I liked the shenanigans level of this game. That was good. I enjoy the corny ponytail librarian. And also like exploring around the school and doing that. It felt very grounded, which helped with the goofy quirkiness of uplifted radio monkeys, right? So that was very cool. Poor David and his very long flute performance. He just doesn't know how well poised and suited he is for concerts. No, never happening. So that was fun. It was fun to watch Sebastian catch up in fits and starts to the plot. And yeah, don't tell his mom. Don't worry, I don't talk to anybody's parents about anything. Ever. That's rule number 1. And yeah, that's my stars.
Cool. Thank you so much, Jen. So Sabine, what stars would you like to hand out?
I would like to hand out a lot of stars. I had a lot of fun. I like that at the beginning we were in this very normal school thingy life, and then suddenly these monkeys appeared, and suddenly there was a gorilla, and everything was life-threatening, and it was really, really scary. And what I really loved was not just Rolf doing the monkey, not Rolf, sorry, Sebastian, obviously, doing the monkey thing. That was like, yeah, okay, that yeah. That was very on point, and that he got taken by the gorilla, well, that was also kind of logical. And poor Franklin and his nemesis, the roof, basically. That, yeah, I like that. And Bailey being with her car, that, yeah, that was a good move to take. And that was a good idea to just drive away with the monkeys following after it. Because I was really worried about how do I get out of this again? Damn. But it was cool.
I was also like, okay, this is a really good plan. What's the plan after this plan?
Yeah. What about step 2?
Yeah.
Step 3, profit.
Yeah, well, that was a lot of fun. And I would really, really like to return to these. But I said that before. So, yeah. Thank you for the performance. It was very nice.
Yeah, definitely feel like there's an end credits epilogue where like everybody's doing an ASL class together with the monkey. With Rolo.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's really cool. Awesome. Thank you, Sabine. Alex.
I'm still really enjoy the maybe too silly, but I'm enjoying it. Conspiracy theory nonsense between Sebastian and Franklin, and yeah, the school, just the being in the school, and that was the fantastic follow through from our previous session's wish of being in the school. It was, we got to see some teachers and there's some nice interactions, and yeah, and it might have been very difficult to infer, but Franklin got thrown off a roof the previous session as well. I mean, it was subtle, but we may have laid it out some tiny hits.
Yeah, monkeys and roofs, and Franklin.
Yeah,
deadly combo. By deadly, mostly deadly to Franklin's ankle.
Mm.
That was the trope of our game. Yes, thank you very much, Alex. Jan, did you have anything you wanted to add?
I just want to echo that I really love how Sebastian and Franklin are feeding off of each other. I mean, they're the worst, but also the best. I love that Bailey remains ever practical. And just, yeah, we should run. And like, yeah, I know. I've got this move I want to try.
How about we don't run and pretend to be monkeys?
And I love to see a bit more of David. It was nice to see a character that we kind of like. For me, I had not really seen him other than as an NPC yet, and this was very nice to get to know him a bit more. And yeah, just the gorilla was a very good way to amp up the danger. I was like, oh boy.
Glad. I was worried that was like maybe a step too far, but I had it in my back pocket waiting, like, mandrill, nope, gorilla is what you should really be scared of. I'm glad it paid off.
I would also be scared of a mandrill.
Yeah, mandrills are terrifying.
Yeah. Mandrills are terrifying. Like,
yeah.
all...
Are they the ones that have got like the big ass like fangs?
Mm. Most apes.
Big, big teeth.
Yeah, most apes do. Like all apes can take us in a fight.
Yes.
Sweet. Just flat out.
Yeah.
Many monkeys also.
Yeah, there's enough stories about chimps doing horrendous things to people,
They're a lot stronger than humans.
It is true. Well,
Anyone
next
ever
week,
seen the? Oh,
next week we'll be playing Hit the Mall, Defend the Shops, our special custom frame for Hit the Streets, Defend the Block that will involve mall walkers in the IGoA Mall, defending it. It's going to be fun and funny and weird and great, and I can't wait.
I've got a very gonzo idea to lay on you guys, so I can't wait.
Oh, good. Awesome. I'm quite excited by it. Thank you guys so much for playing, and we'll bring the stream to a close here.